Hello, hello, good morning. Welcome on in. Are we live? Are we here? It's so early. It's great to have you here though. It's very early for me, yes. Can they hear you? Okay, so I have a sneaky producer under here saying that it's only too early for me, which, you know, fair and valid. But yeah. Anyway, thank you all very much for being. This is the... I am a little scared of... Ooh. Okay. Okay, hi. I was a little frozen. Anyway, welcome to our first TTRPG stream on the TTRPG channel. Hello, thank you for being here. I am Sunny. I'm gonna be playing Iron Valley with you today, which is a very cozy solo TTRPG. Like Stardew Valley meets Animal Crossing. Like Start of Seasons, you know, those vibes. So the vibes that I am very used to. But in TTRPG form, we're going to be doing many roles. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of randomizing. I also just looked at the chat which is a very cozy solitude therapy, which is not wrong, but funny that it said that, you know. But yes, I will be here playing with you. If you would like to join our Discord server and you're not there yet, you can do !Discord to get our links. I also think you can do card for all of the links of where to find us. Maybe. I did things and then I forgot what I did. And that also includes our Pally link, which is our only way of getting financial support. For the time being, we're small, we are 2 people. And if you'd like to send us a tip, it's through PayPal, if I'm not mistaken, but we don't get your info. You don't get our info. That good stuff. And I don't think we have any more announcements. We've been playing Baldur's Gate. We've played Baldur's Gate twice. We're doing that on Saturdays. And this is officially the first TTRPG we're doing. It's still in beta, which is nice. It's free. I am going to say that I will actually grab the link for anyone that wants to check it out. There are a lot of free resources that the community has been giving that have really helped me build this, because I am going to be trying my best to use Foundry for this, both for my journaling, keeping, for making rolls, and also for showing stream the things that are happening. And both the author, oh my god, I know they're trans, but I forgot their pronouns. They basically made a he took inspiration on Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, like I said, and used the Iron Sword / Starforged setting, which is also a TTRPG thing, but way less cozy. So they used that system to translate into Iron Valley. It is free, which is one of the reasons why I'm playing it. And it's still getting produced. They have a lot of things. A third of the book is just oracles to make your life easier. And the community has been very wonderful. So there's like a community resource thing there, providing even more things, which is always great. And those are the things that I'm going to be using. You can see over there in the corner. I think I'm pointing at the right direction. I don't know at this point. I was. Amazing. There is the cover of the book. And I'm very excited. I'm also very lost. So I'm going to be learning how to play the game alongside you. We're going to be looking at the rulebook together and all that good stuff. And we're going to be doing some rolls and hopefully creating something nice together. I'm very excited. I think we can go to Foundry then. And maybe I'm going to have a little look and see how to do this on my screen, because what you see and what I see is very different. Which is also fantastic, but slightly confusing for me. But that's okay. We have chickens. Also, basically everything that we're using is free. All the resources that we use are free, and they are linked in the... What's the name of the thing? Not description. In the panels. In the panels. I got there. There you go. So, for example, these chickies that you can see on the screen, they are from pre-picked. We have links to all of that. And the reason why I'm saying that is not only because I like to give credit to stuff, but also because it's super cool. And if you're looking for like you're searching for resources, it's awesome. They have vectors for free, and you just need to give them credit. And I did it. We have the thing. But I like to say that in case people are looking for stuff like that, because we were able to build all this good, beautiful thing. At least I think it's beautiful. I think we did a very good job. Me and Ash, shout out to Ash being the silent producer, doing such a good work and job of putting this overlay together and making it work with the calendar and stuff. You're gonna see how fucking incredible it is. It's lovely. Anyway, thank you, Ash. Could not do this without you, literally.
You're welcome.
So the way this game works is I have a little rulebook with me. Hell yeah, great job, Ash. I know, right? That calendar in the corner. Let me show you funny things about it. Let me show you funny things about that. Just so you can have a little sneak peek. You can see, hopefully, that the day is moving. It is indeed a thing. Okay, it is moving. Excellent. I have a little delay on the screen, but yeah. And also the time of day. We will be starting at 6 a.m. and you can see that the time changes and all of that. So we're going to be starting like this. And the way that it works is this game doesn't have, right? It's so wonderful. This game doesn't have health. There's no combat. There is no danger. It's a cozy game. And basically, my main resource is time. So I'm going to be doing actions. I'll show you. And I'm also working on a little overlay thing to show on top of the chickies for the actions that I can do. But I will be trying my best to show it on the screen in a way that makes sense to you. But we have a player sheet that I'm going to be filling now, which is the first step into moving into the valley, basically. So let's see if this works, hopefully. So players. I just realized that I have a big delay on this. So, Ash, how hard is it for you to let me know when things work? Yeah? Okay. Because I think now they're seeing the players. Excellent. And this is going to be a little clunky for the first stream, just because we're getting used to it and, you know, seeing if things are working, because I've been working on this for like 2 weeks, but don't worry about it. So we have some roles to do. First, we're going to decide some world truths. And in the game, you can see that they say, like, you can either choose or roll. There are some things that I might... There are some things that if I roll, I'm probably going to choose not to. For example, what kind of people live there? If it's just humans, I'm probably not going to stick with that, because we can have some interesting things. And I think I'm okay if I am a human in a world full of, you know, Animal Crossing, like, just full of animals or fantastical creatures, and I'm a human. Okay. But I want magic to exist. There's like different situations of like, there's a lot of magic is common, magic is uncommon and stuff like that. But I will, you know, tip the scales to that a little bit. But for the most part, I will be rolling a lot on this. And hopefully it's going to be showing well. I can see the thing over there. And I'm going to do a test / actually doing it to see where Iron Valley is. So we have a few options, and if I click here, it should roll, and you should see that is fantastic. And on a garden planet. Okay, so that is very interesting. I have, and this is something that I could not put it on Foundry yet, but I have the World Truths open here. Had a few options, and this is, God, this is very interesting. Um, a little, yeah. A little more context for Iron Valley is that it's half roles, like half the mechanic and half role playing with myself. Like it's half the rolling and half the fiction. So we are going to be deciding, and by we I mean me and chat could like to contribute as well, and we can have like a good chat about it, about how the game is gonna work. We're gonna be doing a lot of roles, for example, like in the relationship oracle to see how a county we're gonna be creating as well every time we meet someone new. But how they react towards me, the things that they like, and all of that. So the game is going to give me some context on that. We're going to roll to figure out, you know, a piece of information. There's going to be like, we're rolling an event, for example. Something is happening. The person is telling us, okay, they trust us enough to take us to the place where they fear the most. But we, as the players, are going to figure out how that goes. Like, we're going to play out the scene, and then time may pass, time may not pass. Like I said, it's super cozy, but it's going to be a lot of role-playing. So this is basically us creating a story together, and I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. But so basically, for the arcology situation where we live, the options that we had were a medieval town, a small town hours from the city, or an arcology built on a garden planet. And the description is, people from all over the galaxy come to look at the natural wonders surrounding this doomed community. No, sorry, not doomed. Domed. I know words. It's fine. It's cozy. This doomed community. You know what? I'll take it. Just kidding. This domed community. You're only the most... You know what? I'm gonna start the whole thing again. I'm gonna pretend that... Also, I should drink some coffee. And you should hydrate too. Anyway, let's try that again. People from all over the galaxy come to look at the natural wonders surrounding this domed community, though only the most adventurous stay. The people of this place seek to live in balance with nature, putting the needs of the ecosystem before anything else. Even the most advanced of technologies pale in comparison to the craftiness of the denizens. And I get a starting promise, which, oh, heck yeah. My starting promise is to learn the history of this arcology. And that we are going. First of all, edit this here. Where is... And I am going to copy paste because I think it's easier for me right now, because I will be doing a lot of writing already. So why not take a few shortcuts when I can? Am I right, gamers? Haha. And hopefully that's gonna show nice for you. Iron Valley is an arcology built on a garden planet. And I want to make that pretty. Sure, I'll take it. Close. Did it update? Can they see that? Hopefully. On where is Iron Valley? In World Truths? Yeah? Oh, excellent. Excellent. And then we can go to our starting promises. I have a promise tracker. Let's see if it shows you. It should show on the player sheet itself. Go to the promise tracker. That is so cool. Excellent. So our starting promise is learn the history of the arcology. And the way the promises work, you'll see that there's numbers from 1 to 10. And those are the amount of what's the word? It's square, but square is not the word I'm looking for. But those are the boxes I'm gonna have to fill to be able to fulfill that promise. By fulfilling the promise, I get... It's basically the way that I get XP. I get satisfaction from fulfilling a promise. And that is basically the way, like, I have some skills, like for crafting and fishing and farming and all that good stuff that farming games usually have. And every promise that you make has... I'm sorry if you could hear the loud bike. But every promise that you couldn't, that's fantastic. Every promise that you make is gonna basically be dictating how hard... It's like, okay, this one is a 6 box that I need to fill. And that means that it's gonna take 6 clocks for me to do that. I'm going to close, see if it updates. Hopefully it does. Every box takes 4 ticks on it to fulfill, and I'm gonna be tracking that on the empty space above the chickens, basically. I can willingly choose to do that so I can work on an action, I can make a promise, I can work towards a promise. There's a lot of moves that this game has, which is basically how I'm gonna be choosing to spend my time and meeting new people and all that good stuff. For this one, I'm just gonna write on the steps and notes that it's my starting promise. So I love this because this is the first roll and I'm already learning a lot. But the beginning of this is us setting up the world and the setting and all of that good stuff. We're gonna see who lives there and who I am, because I don't even know that yet. Good RPG situation. We love that. And when we get to the part of actually doing moves and stuff like that, I can choose to work towards learning more about the history of the arcology, which I am pretty sure is gonna be me making it up. Is one of the best parts about this. But for now, for these steps and notes, starting promise. And building. From world true. Wait, because there's a name from world true. I'm gonna keep it like that. And this is mostly for me to understand and be able to keep track of things. I have Grammarly on my computer, and I wanted to go away because it's on the way of things. But anyway, that's totally fine for now. I can deal with that later. So now I have a promise that I can track and have a look. Oh my god, hi Lucas, welcome on in. Thank you for being here. I have not been keeping track of chat, and I probably will not be the most active on that because I am looking at a lot of things at the same time, but that's okay. And let me see. Gotta know what the names of the days are. Oh, that is very fair, and we're gonna get to that. And you will see that in the calendar there's little notes. Those are holidays, because you know it wouldn't be a farming game without a holiday. Would kept Saturday. It's nice because Sunday is rest day, but also there's only 5 days of the week. You're gonna see there's only 5 days and only 25 days total, and that means that a year has 100 days. Surprise, surprise, because you can roll D100s on this game. Aha. Ain't that nice? Oh yes, thank you for being here. We are creating a world, and I'm very excited. We have answered 1 question for now. So let me see how this is going. We've made... If I bring you back here to the beginning of the sheet, we have answered where Iron Valley is, which is an arcology built on a garden planet. And now I'm gonna do a thing, because I wasn't prepared for this. I'm gonna look up what the fuck arcology is. This is very helpful. Arcology, a portmanteau of architecture and ecology, is a field of creating architectural design principles for very densely populated and ecologically low-impact human habitats. So that's really cool, actually. We are in a garden planet, which I'm going to assume, and unless I find something out there that proves otherwise, that this is a hub. And I'll base kind of on the Radiant Citadel, because it's what I have fresh in my mind. It's a hub for people to come and live in harmony with, like, in a nice, low-impact human habitat. So living in good harmony with nature and Oh, this is... Oh my god. The problem is I have so many ideas, which is like the most wonderful problem to have. But it's gonna be fun. So there's a lot of potential. I definitely want magic to be a thing. But we're gonna see first what the dice says. And I will tell you what the options are. Hopefully it's not too small, but I'm going to be fixing font size and stuff like that if it is on the side to see that you can see my rolls under there. You can see that I drew a result from where it is table, and now I'm going to roll from what kind of people live there. We'll see if we're gonna have fantastical people. It's gonna be just humans, which I really hope not, and I probably will change if we roll that, but yeah. A domed arc that's created a good low impact, high density living space for people to live in a garden. Yeah, that is what it said, didn't it? Anyway. Okay, let's see what kind of people will live there. I'm going to roll. And there's every kind of animal in this town. That is absolutely fantastic. So, looking at the place, at the world truths. Ooh, okay. So the three options are, there's a myriad of fantastical ancestries coexisting in peace, which would make the townies that, you know, are in the city where I live in, of fantastical ancestry, like elves, dwarves, gnomes, all that good stuff. And then there's every kind of animal in this town, which is, you know, your Animal Crossing situation. And the description is much like a fairy tale. This town is host to hardworking animal people who usually get up early in the morning and don't quit until it's time for supper. All animals get along, save for maybe some arguments as to which kind of soup is best. And when we start creating townies, we're gonna roll on the animal species oracle. So whenever we create some villagers that we're gonna meet and interact with and all that good stuff, we're gonna be rolling from the animal species oracle. Thank God. And then the other option is humans. Just humans. But we didn't get that, thankfully. I am okay if I am a human. Like I said, it would be a very Animal Crossing situation. But thankfully, no, it's animals. Heck yeah. We don't have, well, at least it's not the most common villagers here, but we got some animal species, babies, and I love that very much. That makes me very happy. Oh, do you know what I just realized? I'm gonna have to name people. That's not true. I can roll for names. Never mind. Everything is fine. Everything is fantastic. Ooh, cream of tomato soup is good. I like creamy corn soup, to be fair. Tomato soup is not a very common thing here. And it really should be, because like garlic bread with tomato soup, it's so good. It's so good. I really like it. Okay, so this one doesn't get us a promise because we just decided what kind of townies are gonna live here. So whenever we create a townie, it's gonna be that. And now, very important question, is there magic in this world? I mean, there's gonna be a hecking lot of science, if anything, because, you know, it's kind of a different planet and it's a hub. It's a garden planet that is a hub for people. So I kind of love that. But is there magic in this world? Magic is commonplace here. Oh, that makes me so happy. Ah, excellent. Ah, that makes me very, very happy. So the options that we have on this one, and first I will update this here so we can look at. Okay, this is going exactly like I wanted it to go, except for the ecology. Not that I didn't want it, it just caught me off guard. But, it's so lovely. So, the options for magic would be, magic is commonplace here. There is magic, but only deep in the wilderness. Or the only magic is in people's hearts, which is just an adorable way of saying, no, everything's boring. But, magic is commonplace. Magic is so normalized that most parents send their kids to train under a magic user as though any other... Oh. I'm gonna take... Every time I do that, I'm gonna take a sip of drink and start the sentence again, because I can do better. Anyway. Magic is so normalized that most parents send their kids to train under a magic user as though any other tutor. So I imagine like a witch that gets like a witch tutor to teach her like alchemy and stuff like that. It's very adorable. I'm adding a witch to my village for sure. There's magic in everything, from potions to rings and even hand tools. Ooh. All one needs to make an axe magical is the right materials and maybe an incantation or two. I absolutely love that. We have magic. Oh, that makes me so happy. Ah, that's gonna be great. I love it. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate people being here and watching this silly little thing. Yes, it's a garden planet with all animals and magical tools. I want to move in already. Which witch would you wish to watch work? Oh, did I get that right? Oh my god, please. Okay, so now, before we move on to building my character, we are going to roll for name. So there are 2 parts of this oracle. So we're gonna roll for the first half of the name, and then the second half, like Iron Valley, Stardew Valley. you get what I mean. Let's see what we get. Oak Bastion. I'm sorry, but that's perfect. So we are moving in to Oak Bastion, a garden planet where magical animal folk live. And the magical animal folk, oh my god, magic is coming. Okay, stop, this is so good. Okay, this is absolutely wonderful. We live in Oakcraft. 9 then, please. That's fantastic. Are you kidding me? I want to move in. That's so good. Anyway, Oak Bastion. And now we're gonna move into me. And I would love if you gave me your opinions. It doesn't necessarily mean that I will do it, but added context. They don't really use last names in Iron Valley. That's not something that people are gonna call you, so they only have oracles for first name, which is honestly super adorable. And the list that they give you is for cute, cool, or funny name. And that's the list we're going to be using for when we're creating townies, and also the list we're going to be using now for creating my name and my character. Do you think we should go for cute, cool, or funny? And there is no wrong answer. Funny, for me, I can do that. If someone says something different, I'm going to see. Funny, absolutely. Let's go. Everyone loves funny. So, for my name, funny name. Whisper. Stop, that's adorable. Okay, my name is Whisper, and I am 100% keeping that. That is so cute. Also, I love my dice. I think they look very pretty, but they don't match anything in the overlay, and I kind of want to to make it match just for aesthetic reasons, but that's going to be for next stream. So yeah, nice to meet you. My name is Whisper, and that is adorable. I love it. And now it's making me think, is it a chosen name? Is it a birth name? Absolutely fantastic. Welcome in, Alex. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, now we're gonna roll from the ancestry/species. Am I human? I don't think so. Roll on animal species oracle. I don't think I'm human. That is so good. This is shaping up to be absolutely amazing. Okay, so we're gonna roll on the animal species oracle. Animal species oracle. Where is it? Oh. Animal species, which matches because everyone in this garden planet, or at least the majority of people, are animals. So, rolling. I'm an iguana. Stop, that is so cute. Are you kidding me? Oh no. Okay, I need to look. Okay, because now I'm gonna have, I'm gonna have to look for a picro or something to make a little iguana character. I've never played an iguana before. That is adorable. Whisper the Iguana. This is it's my favorite game. And again, I didn't need to roll all of this. I wish iguanas were real. I know, right? I know, please. Ah, can't believe iguanas aren't real. Hey, iguana. I am an iguana. God, this makes me so happy. Okay, now what are Whisper's pronouns? Let's find out. She, her. She, her. She, Whisper is a very lovely and cute woman iguana. She, her pronouns for Whisper. She, her. Let me see if you still can see that very easily. Yes. Gotta make sure that stream can see all of the things. D&D Twitch and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Pronouns. Yes, right? Can you imagine? Like, okay, honestly, might start doing that on a day of like, I don't really feel gender today. Don't really want to make decisions when you know the neurospiciness hits like just hard enough. Like, I'm gonna wake up and make a roll to decide what my pronouns are for the day. Gonna, actually start considering that. Right? I love her already. Anyway, what's her gender presentation? And again, didn't need to roll for any of that. But she presents masculine. Love that for her. Let's go. Masculine. I also didn't hear that dice roll, but that's okay. Excellent. As long as stream is hearing it, I guess it's good. Anyway. Okay. Whisper's gender presentation is masculine. And let's find out when Whisper's birthday is. Winter 24. Oh, almost like right between Soup Day and New Year's Eve. Amazing. Cannot wait for us to get to Soup Day. Okay, Winter 24.
So what you're saying is Whisper's Jesus.
Whisper is Jesus, our producer just said. And I am... You are muted? Honestly, if you want to unmute for the stream, up to you, obviously. You don't need to, but yeah. Excellent. Well, yeah. Merry Wispas. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Okay. Why did Whisper leave the big city and move into Oak Bastion? Whisper will not die for our sins. Miss Whisper will actually never die. There is not a situation in this game where Whisper would die. Unless I willingly put her in a position like that, which I won't because I love her. But why did she leave the big city? And this... Ooh. Okay. I got a mysterious letter. And my starting promise from this is find out who sent this letter. And we're gonna have to figure out what this letter is. So, Whisper. The mask-presenting she-her iguana left the big city to move to Oak Bastion from getting a mysterious letter. Maybe Whisper works with something related to nature and was asked to help with, I don't know, farm. We're gonna see where we're going to be living. That's also important, I guess. So that might change things. So why did you leave? And also let me show you, well, not show you, sorry, tell you the options for leaving. Because it's been a few questions since we got, you know, some different in-game specifics. So, why did you leave the big city? I got a mysterious letter. I don't remember. And the starting promise would be to investigate the source of my amnesia, which is nice. I love it. I couldn't live in the city anymore. Then the starting promise would be to envision what made your character leave so abruptly and what they can do to ease the pain in their heart, and then make a promise. So I would choose a promise to myself about why I couldn't. Well, I guess not necessarily to myself, but if that's the first thing that came to mind to me, probably would be. And the last option would be I promised I would return. And then the starting promise would be to envision what I promised and to whom, and then make a promise. But for now, we got a mysterious letter. Absolutely fantastic. So why did you leave the big city? I got a mysterious letter. And I'm gonna keep that as all capitalized. The first one capitalized, I forgot, for mysterious letter. And for starting promise, let's go to our promise tracker. I hope you can see that. Let's see. And the starting promise is to find out who sent this letter. And this promise is only 3 tracks. You can see the number in parentheses. So we're only gonna need a number 3. And I can choose to work on these promises in however order I wish, or I guess what feels more appropriate. That's awesome. And I'll say that it's a starting promise from retreats. Also, the music is so soothing and nice. Ash, you're absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. So we have 2 promises already. We're just building the game. Excellent. Now we're gonna back to your truths. I invoked a very cursed song. Oh no, is that a song that exists? A lumberjack? Oh, that's amazing. Okay. So, we got a mysterious letter. Excellent. Where are you staying in town? Let's find out. I'm camping for now. I just moved in. I'm Blathers. What if I'm setting up a museum? Oh my god. And I have a 1 box promise for finding a good place to make camp. I love that. Okay, so for the where are you staying in town options, it's I inherited an old farmhouse from a relative, you know, very standard farming game mechanic. I'm buying a house from a very trustworthy person. And I don't know why, because it doesn't have quotation marks anywhere over there, but that sounds so sarcastic to me, just like from a very trustworthy person, you know. I'm staying with a townie, or I'm camping for now. And I am camping for now. So I actually don't have a set place where I'm living. I could live in a farm. I could live with a roommate. I can continue camping, living in a tent. I like that. But that does bring us to another promise. And Let's edit. Nope, no. Show players. Hopefully. And this one is a 1 tick. Promise. Just to find a good place to stay. So many promises already. Oh yeah, important. Money isn't really a problem here. It's not very used. So it's basically it's like a favor situation where people are just very nice. It's the communism. Amazing. Where do I sign up? So it's like we like it here, basically. Is what I'm trying to say. And let me see if you can see it properly. Absolutely. It's just for me that's a little wonky, but if you can see it, that is perfect. So this is a starting promise. Your truth also. And at any point I may feel like, no, it's actually gonna take longer than just 1 box. That would be like 4 ticks to fill or something like that. And whenever you fulfill a promise, you gain satisfaction based on how many boxes you ticked. So I have some different levels of promises already. So we have a 1 box, which would be 1 satisfaction. Got 3 for finding out who sent the letter, and 6 for learning the history of your ecology. So, God, it's really building up of me building a museum. Are you kidding me? Please. I'm gonna be Blathers. We have magical animals on a garden planet, but no money. Immersion room. Tom Nook is not here to ruin everything. But yes, oh my god. This place is so good already. Let's go back to my truths. Also, I love Whisper so much. Someone that knows Animal Crossing lore a little better than me. No, wait, I think I answered my own question before I asked it. I think it was a chameleon. So we have Flick. What animal is Flick? Flick is a chameleon, okay. Before Flick, we had another, I believe it was also a chameleon, who would buy your bugs for you. And if I'm not mistaken, he was also the one that was in charge of the bug festivals. And he would eat the bugs instead of Flick, who's an artist and just, you know, is very enthusiastic about bugs for different reasons. He would eat the bugs. So now I'm thinking, like, is Whisper the kind of like curator? I guess it's not the word I'm looking for, but I was looking for a museum thing where she is very enthusiastic about bugs and fishes for eating. Or if it's for a collection situation, you know. That's a coin to your Whisper. That's true. Hey, Whisper doesn't need money because it's not a capitalistic world, but if you'd like to support us from the Sunshine Citadel, feel free to donate to our Pally. Only if you can, only if you want to. But that is an option you can have because we don't have subs, we don't have other situations where you can toss a coin to our Sunshine Citadel folk. But that is an option you can have. And I'm just saying that. Oh, okay. So what am I bringing with me? What's in my backpack? So we're gonna have to roll from 3 items. And we have a few options. We can choose from the same. So the tables we have for random items are edible, wearable, sentimental and practical, magical, silly, and fun, random, and or more random. Chat, if you would like to give me some options, it can be, again, from the same table. You can have 3 random edible items or 3 more random, or 1 of each. And how are you feeling about what random items Whisper would bring with her after getting a mysterious letter and leaving the big city, camping to a garden planet? At least 1 sentimental practical. Gummy bears? Oh god, I wonder if they have gummy bears in the edible table, or, well, any of them apart from the wearable, I guess. I'm sure we can find a way to wear gummy bears. I'm just going. Okay. At least 1 sentimental and practical. I'm gonna roll 1 here then, since we have 1 for that. A book. It's a villager's favorite. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so we have a book. Taking a book when you go camping does feel like a very good idea. I feel like also, since we're camping, maybe something edible. Because we, you know, haven't moved in properly yet. We don't really have a kitchen. We probably just have, you know, camping gear. So I feel like maybe 1 edible. And then we have 1 more. If someone else has an idea. And hey, maybe we get an edible and a gummy bear. Just saying. Like an encyclopedia would be her favorite? Yeah. I think so. You can cook them like s'mores, the gummy bears. I love that. Right? Bringing an encyclopedia. Yeah, going to a garden planet. Thinking about... Yeah. Like it would be... an encyclopedia of bugs. How do we feel about that? Like Blathers, but the opposite. I feel like she really likes bugs. Edible and random, let's go. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at the edible table. At the edible oracle. And I am going to see if they have gummy bears. If they have gummy bears, I'm going to go with gummy bears. And then we're gonna roll on random or more random table. Ooh, homebrew beer. That is very interesting. I mean, it doesn't have to be, so I might actually just go with gummy bear in general. They don't have gummy bear. You know what? I will add 1 gummy bear. So we're gonna get 3 items and a gummy bear. The Bug's Life? No, it's the B movie script. It's not, by the way. Okay, so we're gonna get a book. It's gonna be an encyclopedia. We're gonna get something edible. Smoked fish. Ooh. Which makes sense. We got in a little camping situation, you know, get a campfire going. Smoke a fish. I like that. I like that. And then I'm gonna roll on the random table. A pride flag pin. Okay, so. Is Whisper trans? Are we feeling Whisper is trans? Because I am. She presents mask, but her pronouns are she, her. I'm feeling a trans iguana right here. Oh my god, I love her so much. Okay, and she does have 1 singular gummy bear that she's saving because she loves gummy bears. Oh no, not like that. Please don't ruin the beautiful table you took weeks to create. Okay, so what's in your backpack? A smoked fish. A fried flag. Pin. Trans flag, I have decided. 1 gummy bear. because yes. And a bug, an encyclopedia on bugs that I'll figure out the name later. Encyclopedia on bugs. I'm sure I will figure out a name for that later. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, smoked fish, fried flag pin, one gummy bear, and an encyclopedia on bugs. A bug's world. Oh, that is very pretty. I love that. Very cute. Okay, so we are camping. Got a mysterious letter. How long are we planning on staying? Doesn't necessarily mean that that's just how long we're gonna be here for, but you know, it's the plan for now. Let's see. How long? 1 year, maybe more. Mark the date in your calendar. Okay. I will do that then. Okay. So 1 year. Maybe more. Excellent. Oh, this is so good. Okay, this is a very good character creation situation. We still have more to do, though. This is just my truths. We've gotten through world truths. And gotta mark that in my calendar. Let's see then. We're gonna go to Spring 2 on Bread Day, which is when I'm moving in, I believe. Add a new note. Title note. Year from moving. It's been a year. Let's whisper. Move into Oak Bastion. Oh my god, please. Will she continue or move out? It's not. Will she stay or move out? Save note. Excellent. Basically, this is what I wrote. And on the first bread day of year 2 of spring. I love it. Okay. Excellent. So let's go back to today. Every day should be bread day. You're so right. Also, the way that the names of the weeks were named, and I can tell you that now. I could tell you at any point, but the townies decided on the names, and bread is delicious. And let me get the thing for you because it's so good. Basically, the bread one is like. It originally started as like, yes, that's the day where everyone would like make bread together. And it kind of became like get that bread day. So like a work day. So it's normal for people to spend a bread day working and all of that good stuff. I am getting there. I would love to find the page, but I think I got there. It was with the holidays, and I could have found this a lot easier, but yes. So bread day. It's the first day of the week. In the days of the town's founding, bread day was the day where all families would bake the week's bread, always making sure to bake extra for visitors or people in need. Although it is still tradition to bake bread on the first day of the week, many people interpret this to mean getting the bread, as in getting to work. The most serious workers will be up before dawn on bread day, without question. And then we have, after that, Friends Day. It's the second day of the week. It is said in the days of the town's founding. It was said in the days of the town's founding that after a good day of work, one ought to spend a day in the company of good friends. This is the reason why many of the social holidays in the valley happen on the second day of the week. Yeah, we have two there on spring. Friends Day is a great chance to go on a friend date, have a sleepover, or do something nice for someone you love. And then after Friends Day, we have Soup Day, the third day of the week. It was by the middle of the week that bread tended to get a little stale, so the people of the valley decided there was no better thing to do with hard bread than to dip it in soup. I agree. I appreciate that they named the whole day after soup. It is customary to make soup in the middle of the week. In fact, many people look forward to this fact. Sure, it may be hump day, but there's at least soup. Absolutely fantastic. And then after Soup Day is Laundry Day, the fourth day of the week. Even as far as the founding of the town, people know that if you leave laundry for the end of the week, you would likely not get it done. And so people decided to do laundry and bathe on the fourth day of the week. Although bathing broke free of this rule over time, laundry and other household chores remains the sole focus of this day. And obviously, this is not like a hard rule. It's not like, okay, I have to bake bread on Monday, on bread day, and then be social on Friends Day, do house chores on Laundry Day. It's just like, that's how the founding people did. And then after Laundry Day, we have Rest Day, the fifth and final day of the week, the Lord's Day. After a week of hard work, spending time with friends, eating good food, and taking care of one's chores, there was nothing left to do but spend a day resting. This means rest in all forms, from reading in the bathtub to taking a walk in nature, from painting at the lakeshore to playing board games at the pub. Although it is true that some people unfortunately have to work on the rest day, at least they don't do it for long, which is very sweet. I like it. Maybe should be bread day. Unlimited bread works. I like bread. I'm the bread of my sword. Oh my god. I do leave my laundry for later in the week. We do that here too. Is that how you say Lord, by the way, the singer? Is that how you pronounce her name? Lord, Lordy? Lorday. Lordo. Anyway. Have y'all been hydrating? I am speaking a lot, so I need to keep my throat moist. Anyway. Now that we know... Just changing it. Absolutely. Lord E. Let's go. Now that we have done our truths, we are going to decide on some stats. And I could roll for that. I might roll for that. I don't have a roll table for that because it would be too hard. For someone that literally just started using Foundry 2 weeks ago. But don't worry. I'll see, because we have some very interesting stats. Like I said, not like we have combat or anything like that. And something that we will have to learn together is, well, everything, but the action rolls, most importantly. And I do have some nice little images to show that I'll have to figure out how to show to stream, but I can do that. Also, I forgot to tell you all... Wait. It didn't... Okay, no, never mind. I chose to not do that for when I'm arriving. We're gonna be arriving the 1st of spring, like it usually goes. Which is usually... The two options, if you choose to roll, are 1st of spring or roll a random date, basically. So, yeah. And the options for how long to stay is at least 1 month, mark the date in the calendar, 1 year, maybe more, mark the date in the calendar, or I don't know. So, yeah, we got the one that makes the most sense in what I'm used to in a farming setting. And I am going to move us over to my stats. This is a very simple one. And basically we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stats that maybe we roll. We'll see. I think rolling would be a little too hard. So we're gonna see how Whisper feels and then go. So your character has a set of 5 stats that represent your ability at tackling problems in various ways. So Edge is all about speed and agility. Heart is about communication and empathy. Iron is about strength and endurance. Shadow is about being mischievous and sneaky, and is the stat that rules over magic, if you're using that, which we are. So Shadow is the magic situation, and if we're being little poopy heads. And Wits is all about intellect and reasoning. And you can arrange the following values in the way that I showed. So one stat's gonna have +3. 2 of them are gonna have +2, and 2 of them are gonna have +1, which is super nice. So whenever we do an action roll, we're gonna roll 2 dice. We'll see. I know it's D6 for that part, where we're always gonna be adding at least a +1. And they say that alternatively, you can just roll for it in the random stat array oracle, but I could not figure out how to do that on Foundry. So I've decided to not. So we're just going to decide among them who's going to get +3, +2, and +1. I did take knowing the new name for that particular condition. Whisper and Shadow, that fits. Yeah, being good at magic does sound good. I do like the idea of being good at magic. And especially since magic is a common thing. So Shadow is going to be at least a +2. That's for sure. Let me just see what else we feel about Whisper and her love for bugs. Her trans beautiful self. Camping baby that received a mysterious letter. Speed and agility. I do like the idea of speed and agility as well for like catching bugs. Although Shadow could also be good at sneaky for that situation. So Shadow is looking like a good one for +3. And then Heart is communication and empathy. Iron is strength and endurance, which honestly I'm not getting like the most strong key vibes from Whisper. So I'm thinking that Iron is gonna go with a +1. And then Wits is about intellect and reasoning. Okay, so I'm thinking Shadow +3. And then Edge and Heart +2. And then Iron and Wits +1. Although to be fair, intellect and reasoning does sound good for someone that likes reading. And, you know, maybe interested in studying creatures and things and magic. So maybe Shadow +3, Heart and Wits +2, and then Edge and Iron +1. Yeah. Right? That does feel good, doesn't it? The last thing I said, the last array I said. I do like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Shadow is gonna get a +3. That's gonna happen regardless. We are gonna get, yeah. And then Iron's gonna get a +1 regardless. Yeah, I think Wits does need a +2. And then, yeah, I think Yeah, speed and agility doesn't really necessarily go. Well, yeah, got it. Excellent. God, we're just building a character and the world. To be fair, it is quite important. Um, I'm already so invested in this, and we're already making assumptions and, decisions based on literally just getting some random stuff. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Oh, because we don't need that anymore. We just have the stats. They are nice. They are there. Who would like building new worlds and characters? Couldn't be us. I know, right? Excuse me. Okay, so we got. Did it update for stream? It did. Okay. Okay. Excellent. We got our stats. That's wonderful. And now, ooh, okay. So this part is fun, and it's the last part of building a character. Do you have any skills that might help you? So let's go to the skills tracker. And we're going to start with 3 skills. This is going to be a little interesting to see. I would like to get something at least related to what we've been envisioning, but I do think rolling would be very cool. And those skills give us some benefits. So, for example, one of those skills is gonna, all of the skills we start with. So whenever we roll for these ones and whenever we choose a new one, they are gonna start with the first benefit, which is +1 when using the skill. So whenever we have an action roll and we, like, for example, catching a bug, I'm gonna go for that for example. Having a skill in catching a bug, whenever we roll that action roll for how it's gonna go, we're gonna add +1 on top of the stat we already have. So let's say we're being sneaky about that. So we're rolling Shadow. We're gonna roll the dice, add a +3 from Shadow, and a +1 when we use the skill. And that costs 2 satisfaction. So you'll remember that satisfaction is the thing that you get for fulfilling promises. So for example, if I fulfill the promise of finding out who sent me the letter, I'm going to get 3 satisfactions because it's a 3-box promise. And after I fill that, and at any point I won, I can choose to use those satisfaction points that I have, which I'll be tracking here in the current satisfaction thing, to either buy new skills or improve the ones I already have. So for these starting 3, they're all going to start with the first cost. So buying a new one costs 2, which means you're always going to get the first benefit. And then for improving, the second improvement costs 3 satisfaction, and that means I get +1 tick on a hit. So like I said, when you're doing an action or have a promise to fulfill or anything like that, and there's the boxes you need to fill, each box takes 4 ticks for it to complete. So if I do an action and I do a crit, for example, it would fill 2 spaces, 2 ticks. I add an extra one if I'm using that skill. And if I buy the 3rd upgrade, which costs 5 satisfaction, time passes only on a miss. And I've been trying to keep it consistent in the journal, which is what you're going to be seeing, to show important phrases and sentences that, for example, the time passes being underlined and bold means that it's an action. So that's the little tracker that you can see with the time. We have 4 actions per day that take time. So time is going to pass 4 times during the day. Some actions don't really need to take time because basically each action is basically taking us 4 hours. So if I'm just doing something simple, like talking to a villager, that shouldn't take an action. So that's just going to be role playing and us building this world together. But if I'm trying to, you know, do some heavy research and like I am looking for something magical and interesting that I'm not too proficient in the woods, that is probably going to take some time. And the standard of how things work when we do the action roll, um, if we can succeed very well, we can like it would be like a strong hit. There's a regular hit, and then there's a miss. So on a strong hit, usually time doesn't pass because you did so well on that it took you no time at all. So you can go ahead and move on with other things that you'd like to do. If it's a regular hit, you do what you wanted to do, you achieved what you were trying to achieve, and then time passes and you move on to another action a little later in the day. If you miss, you don't achieve what you tried to do, and time passes anyway. So the way they say that is you lost track of time, which for people with ADHD like myself, that actually makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you just spend 4 hours staring at a wall, thinking about the thing that you want to do, and the executive dysfunction comes in and goes like, no, actually, we're just gonna not. We're gonna think about all the things we want to do. Or maybe you were cooking, you're just making soup, and you're like, I just need to make soup and move on with my life. But you get so distracted in the process of making the soup that you just end up taking 4 hours to cook a simple bowl of soup. And I really like the way that they explain that. So if you just do things super well, you just do it. It's like a strong hit. It's like a crit, like a natural 20 for the D&D people. You do it so well, the time it doesn't take you that long. You can do another action in that time frame, in those 4 hours that it would have taken you. Regular I did my research. I went to the woods. I did the thing that I wanted to do. I want to harvest some berries from bushes to cook dinner later. You go and you just do a regular hit. You get your berries. Everything's nice. Time passes. Move on. Critical failure. Not critical failure. Sorry, just straight up regular failure. I didn't get what I wanted. Lost track of time. Time passes. Oh well. It happens. It's okay. The bushes are not going anywhere. We can try that again later. Or tomorrow. And that's the base. That's the regular way that actions work in the game. If you're using a skill that is fully upgraded, so if we go with foraging, for example, as a skill, and I've spent all of the satisfactions up to that point. The last one costs 5, which is what we were talking about before I got distracted. Even if I don't do a strong hit, we don't do like a crit success. If it's just a regular success and you're using a skill you're maxed in, time's not going to pass. So the only way time is going to pass if you're doing something you were proficient with, basically, if you have maxed out that skill, is that if you miss. So even if you have like a regular result, like, yay, you did it. You're going and getting some bushes and getting all the berries. You're so good at getting berries that the only way time would pass is if you missed it. And that's basically how that works. Regular failure, my old friend, you know, right? Yeah, that is how it goes. So we are gonna roll some skills. I am also going to check if I don't like the result. So I can do that. And if I don't get something related to not necessarily bugs, because again, bugs isn't really set in stone. It just felt very right. It would be very cool. But definitely nature-oriented things. And but I'm gonna roll because we can also get some magical stuff, some, I don't know. It's also character building. Maybe Whisper is really good at cooking. Maybe not. Maybe she's actually really good lumberjack. So we're gonna roll some skills. And they are going to start with the first one. Like I said, buying a skill always gets you the first one. So 2 cost of satisfaction to get a +1 when using a skill. And then, if I'm not mistaken, yes, I'm going to choose one of these skills to mhm, to get to the next update. So one of them, we're gonna get a +1 tick on the hit as well. And then the other two, we're gonna be getting just the first upgrade. So yeah, I'm gonna roll 3 of them. And then we are going to see what shows up. I am also, then after we roll, and if I'm like, you know, I'm gonna have a little look to see if we can at least change one of them to make it more accurate. But for now, let's see. 1, 2, 3. You see, I'm in the mood for changing that strike one, but, and this is absolutely fantastic. Weather magic, sun magic, and strike. You see, not really feeling that strike, but that's okay. Let me have a look at the Oracle table. No, sorry, actually, before I do that, before I look at the actual table, I am going to look at the skills, so we can see what exactly these mean. So we got 2 magic ones. So let me go to the magic part. Those are not, that's not what I meant. Okay, there you go. So weather magic, let's see. Easily the second most popular school magic in the valley. People would pay good money to make sure it doesn't rain on their parade. That's such a good explanation. As the name might imply, someone wielding weather magic is able to manipulate air, moisture, and atmospheric pressure, allowing them to clear the skies, summon rain, thunder, and more. God, this could 100% be why they got, they sent a letter to Whisper. Maybe to, you know, help improve the valley, like Oak Bastion's agriculture situation, or like have what's the word, bug sanctuary, I think is what I'm looking for like keeping one area, a dome inside that dome that is just very good and efficient for weather situation. That feels like a very good reason for why they would send a letter. And the other one would be sun magic. This is the sportiest school of magic in the valley. Sun magic is all about taking in the strength of light particles from the sun. Using sun magic, you would be able to absorb sunlight in order to empower your body for a short period of time. Run faster, jump higher, blind everyone with your twinkling smile. Just keep in mind that unlike candle magics, you cannot actually create light. I see. So I can photosynthesize, which I also really like. I like the idea of that. We already have something related, so maybe I'll check around and see. And I'm also going to see what strike means, because, you know, haha. Yeah, like a butterfly house. That's exactly what I was thinking. You know that, again, I'm talking about Animal Crossing because that's gonna be referenced a lot since, you know, we're having animal villagers in a very nice, beautiful garden planet. You could use weather magic to make sure your sun magic is at its most potent. I can cheat on sports events so much. But yeah, weather magic is feeling like it's gonna be +1 tick on a hit for me. It might be. And we're gonna see about sun magic. But going back to Animal Crossing, do you know in the museum where there's that little butterfly area in the bugs section, where there's like a big tree in the middle and there's like a bunch of stuff and plays very soft music because the museum just does that, and you can sit and have like a nice time? That feels like the type of thing like they've been wanting to do, like a bug sanctuary, and send Whisper a letter asking her to help set up something like that because they've heard about the magic that she can do. I love, but like we're starting on with a camp also, which is how Blathers moves in. I'm just, okay, see, it's It's building itself. I love it though. That's amazing. Definitely keeping weather magic. Let me see what strike does. Strike. Although the people of the valley try to never use violence to solve a problem, there are times when trouble finds you. If you were ever in the sorry situation of having to defend yourself using a melee weapon or tool, you'd be making use of the strike skill. Alternatively, swinging at a piñata. Okay. I don't want to keep that, and I don't think Whisper would be good at striking, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little look-see at the other skills. And, ooh, you know what? There's like a category for skills that I can read for you, what I tried to explain earlier and got very confused about. So this is how it works. So the +1 to roll, which is the first level. All skills purchased grant the ability +1 to roll, meaning that if this skill would be helpful when doing an action roll, you get to add +1 to your action score. Purchasing a skill costs 2 satisfaction. And then +1 tick on a hit. Purchasing the first upgrade gives you a skill, the +1 tick on a hit ability, meaning that whenever you get a weak hit or a strong hit on a move, you mark 1 additional tick on the promise you were working on. Purchasing the first upgrade costs 3 satisfaction. And then the time passes only on a miss. Purchasing the second and final upgrade to a skill gives it the time passes only on a miss ability, meaning that you only trigger the move time passes when scoring a miss. And it costs 5 satisfaction, and that is how skills work. That's literally how it goes. Absolutely fantastic. I would like to see... So I don't want strike. I want weather magic. So we are going to put weather magic there. And I'm going to put weather magic as the first one. And I'm going to just say... I'm going to say purchased. Just so I understand. Oops. Like that. For now. I will find a way to make it prettier, but for now, that's gonna do. And then I'm going to have a little look at the skills we have available. And they are separated by categories here. The one, for example, the strike one, which has a little punchy, is a physical skill, which I will avoid. I don't think Whisper is a physical girl. And then we have nature skills. We have, and if chat would like to say, "Ooh, that one sounds good," I'm first gonna look at all of them and say all of them without going in depth. And then I'll go back and look at the ones that I feel like would be, you know, I forgot the word, but not appropriate, but, you know, fitting, I think, is what I'm trying to say. So the nature skills, we have creature handling, farming, fishing, foraging, hunting, bugs and fishes. Especially since we have animal villagers, I think it's important to say that. We're not hunting deer villagers. We are hunting bugs and fishies. Mining, riding, and seafaring. Oh, that's cute. Those are the nature ones. And then we have crafting skills, which is blacksmithing, building, carpentry, cooking, mechanic, and tailoring. Ooh, tailoring. That's so cute. Okay. And then there's movement skills, which is climb, jump, and swim. Yeah. Makes sense. I'm not even gonna look at the physical ones. And then there's social skills, barter, flirt, inquire, performance, and public speaking. Ooh. Okay. Then there's intellectual skills, academics, admin, art, first aid, searching, and science. Ooh. Okay. There's naughty skills, which I guess comes the shadow situation of being sneaky. Lie, mischief, sneak, and steal. I love that you can have, you know, in this very cozy, cutesy game, you can have sneaking and stealing and lying as a skill. But hey, I'm my own dungeon master, and I would give myself consequences if I went that way. I don't think Wisp, Wisp is a very good nickname. Yeah, I like that. I don't think Whisper would be the sneaky, mischievous, naughty type though. And magic skills, which we currently already have 2. But I don't know. Maybe we're a witch. You know, maybe Whisper is a little witch, just very good at magic. There is candle magic, emotion magic, enchantment, fortune telling, garden magic, hat tricks, liquid magic, moon magic, rainbow magic, because we're gay. Soupification. I'm gonna read that regardless, but sun magic, transmutation, and weather magic. Oh wow, weather magic is the last one. Let's go. I love that. That is amazing. Lucas, thank you so much for joining us. I don't know how long ago you said that, but thank you for being with us. I hope you have a good lunch. Could you roll just nature skills? I don't think I have set that for just a set of skills. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. I know I haven't done that. I could try rolling until we get a random nature one. Garden or rainbow magic, right? I will read them. But first of all, I need to find out what soupification is. In depth. Okay. Wow. The magical craft of turning boring things into soup and tasty things into very tasty soup. Huh. Ever had rock soup? It's okay. It beats an empty stomach, that's for sure. Soupification magic is a slow process. Each soup is its own kind of ritual. It's time-consuming, but it makes a damn good stew. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't think that is something that Whisper would do. I love that they have soupification as a thing, though. But let's see what garden and rainbow magic do. Garden magic. In the valley, there's no magic more popular than the garden variety. With garden magic, you would gain the ability to manipulate the soil and the earth, moving rocks with a mere incantation, hoeing without lifting a finger, and more. Adept garden mages are known to make crops grow faster and tastier. I am looking at a specialization here, you know? And rainbow magic. Rainbow mages are the most fabulous of them all, and not just because of their magical abilities. Using rainbow magic, you would be able to manipulate the refraction of light in the air in order to create incredible illusions and mirages. These illusions require a lot of concentration, but they could easily trick the average person for a good while. Just keep in mind that you don't actually create light, so make sure you have a source of light handy or are friends with a candle mage. Okay, rainbow magic wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. I do like the combo of weather magic with garden magic, though. Right? We love that soupification exists. We really do. Okay, I think we're changing strike to garden magic. I do like the garden magic. I like that a lot, and I think it's a good, you know, combo. On that same vein, maybe we change the sun magic to garden magic. So just a slight shift. Instead of me getting powered up by the sun, sorry, we would be able to do some nice soil thing. So can you imagine, like, we prepare the soil, we make the area good, and then we shape the weather to make it good, you know? Kind of OP for farming. I love that. I love that very much. And then I thought about changing strike for a nature one. So we would be changing sun to Ash. Is the music a little crackly, or is that my internet? Because if it's okay on your end, then that's all good. Do not worry. Okay, so we're gonna do garden magic for the second one. And then I'm gonna have a little look-see at the nature table. Okay, the nature skills are creature handling, farming, fishing, foraging, hunting, mining, riding, and seafaring. I want to try and roll. It would be really nice to roll and get one. I'm gonna try like up to 5 times because I'm not gonna just spend the rest of our time doing. Whisper doesn't necessarily need to empower their physical form, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think that she would care much for it either. That's not her focus in life. But nature, though, seems to be big focus. So I'm gonna roll a few more times on the random skill thing. And I will delete the entries that are not nature. Well, unless it's like, oh, this is actually super cool. Shoot. Cooking. Okay, I'm gonna read the cooking one. So we're not getting strike. We're not getting shoot. Sun magic we have replaced, but okay. Let me have a look at cooking. Who doesn't love a tasty meal? The cooking skill allows a character to combine ingredients in order to make delicious food. It's tasty, you can make it and bake it. You know, kind of boring, but, you know, good work too. But let's roll a few more times. Transmutation. Also magical. And we did not read. Transmutation is to people what enchanting is to objects. Using transmutation, you would be able to change the physical properties of a person's body, including your own. Don't like your nose, your hair, or the color of your eyes? Change them. Want to help a friend transition? You rock. As with many other magical crafts, though, keep in mind that you'll need time and the right materials to make a transmutation happen. I absolutely love that. I will not keep it as a skill that Whisper has, but I love that that's a thing that exists. And I appreciate it. And I feel like she would be friends with people that do transmutation and maybe help her transition. I like that idea. We are not keeping transmutation, though. Let's try. Lift and push. No. One more. Wrestle. Oh my god, no. Please. Why are you just giving me all of the physical ones? Candle magic. We never looked at candle magic. Let me check. One of the Valley's many elemental magic schools. Using candle magic, the caster is able to manipulate heat and energy. Ow. Often in the form of candle-like flames. You could use this magical effect to make a source of light, warm yourself or a friend, start a small fire, or attract a whole lot of moths to you. Ah. You see, I'm removing cooking here because now we have a decision to make. And by we, I mean mostly me, but I would love to get an input. I also like the idea of candle magic. And again, the whole mix, like basically Whisper would be straight up a witch. I like that. Straight up a witch. Straight up a wizard, maybe. Because there's nothing here about making potions and shit like that. When I say witch, I mean like bog witch. Big cauldron stuff witch. But that's, you know, a me thing. The combination of like being Whisper being focused on like as a profession being focused on nature and creating sanctuaries, That feels like a very good combo with the weather magic, the garden magic, and the candle magic. Just like straight up very, very focused on that. Just creating sources of light and flames and stuff to be able to make things comfortable for the animals and the environment and all of that. Ah, I like that. Or we can pick a nature one. The physical really wanted to be there, right? Damn. Things are going so great. We're building skills. Yeah, so I am going to show you what we got so far. Let me show the entire sheet. So we're at the last part of building our character, basically. And we got some real good stuff. So Iron Valley is an arcology built in a garden planet. And there's every kind of animal in this town, and magic is commonplace here. We have moved into Oak Bastion. We are named Whisper. We're an iguana. She, her pronouns. Presents mask. Was born on Winter 24. Moved in from the big city because we got a mysterious letter, and I think we figured out what the letter is actually. Because of how the skills are shaping up and everything. We're currently camping, but we're planning on staying for a year or more. And we got in our backpack, we brought with us a smoked fish, one pride flag pin, a trans pride flag pin, which we have decided, one singular gummy bear, from Chad's recommendation, and an encyclopedia on bugs, which is Whisper's favorite book. We're still figuring that one out, but things are shaping up to really actually work towards that being a thing. And one of the reasons why is because now that we're looking at skills, Whisper is, the name is so fitting, very magically oriented. Apparently, she's shaping up to be a very nice wizard slash witch. And oh, thank you. I was about to go to bring us there, but I appreciate you doing that. So our stats, which we have decided. So basically, we put one stat at +3, two stats at +2, and two stats at +1. So Shadow is a +3, which is the stat that leads us to casting magic and also be sneaky. So if we're being mischievous and naughty, we can use Shadow as well. So like if we're sneaking around, for lying or anything like that, we're gonna use Shadow. It's not the case for Whisper, but also what we use for magic. And I love that we decided on having Shadow at +3 before rolling our skills, because we have rolled 2 magic ones. And one of them is weather magic, which, as the name says, you mess with the weather and humidity and stuff like that. So, you know, control air, humidity, make things real nice. And that's our, like, good skill. We start with a skill with, like, 2... basically, 1 upgrade. And then 2 more skills at the basic level. I originally rolled Weather Magic, Sun Magic, and Strike, which is a physical ability. We decided that Whisper doesn't really do physical, showing in Iron being at 1, which are the physical situations for strength and, you know, weightlifting and bodybuilding and all that good stuff. So that's just a 1 for Whisper. Wits and heart are at a 2. So for the social situation, we use the heart. And for the intelligence and studying and stuff like that, it is the wits. And edge would be for, like, ability, for, like, dexterity, like jumping and running. Things that take ability. That would be edge. Also just out of 1. Whisper isn't the most hands-on physically in the way things come, and very good at magic. We exchanged sun magic, which is basically it gives you the ability to do photosynthesis, which would be like very good combining with the weather magic for like sports day, because Whisper could power up herself to, you know, jump super fast or run super fast or carry weight. Very good. But that's not really what Whisper would like to do with her magic, we've decided. Whisper wants to do nature stuff. So the way we have figured it out is that the mysterious letter that Whisper got was from someone in Oak Bastion. And they want help setting up like a bug sanctuary of something or something like that, because she has good magic to deal with that. And because of the weather magic. And kind of leaning towards that, we changed the sun one to garden one, which is basically garden magic is for prepping the soil and stuff like that, like messing with the earth to be able to, you know, plant things very well, both as in like a garden, what's the word, farming, really, Sunny, situation where and then combine that with the weather magic to make really good. Whoops. Hi. It's me. Pretty sure that was just me, right? That was just on my end. Hello. What did... Yeah, you lost me for a little bit. How much did you lose? What was the last thing I said? That's super fair. I was explaining garden magic and how that mixes with the weather magic and how it would be good to create a bug sanctuary, basically. Excellent. And then we were trying to roll on to get a third skill without fully deciding, but we kind of wanted to get a nature one because, you know, from everything else that we were talking about, that would be very fitting. But I also rolled a candle magic, which is shaping up to be cool as well. And now we're caught up on what I was explaining to you about the situation here. And we have the option, I've decided, to either accept candle magic, which is basically manipulate heat and energy and light and stuff like that. So like small flames and things like that. And heating up a little tree just enough to make it comfy for bugs and stuff like that. Or we could pick a nature skill that is not magical, because so far we only have magical skills. And I'm sorry, I'm touching my lips a lot. I made the mistake of putting lipstick, and I regret that. And I would love if chat could give me their opinion, your opinion, on what skill we could get. So we have the candle magic here that we could pick, or one of the nature skills that we can choose, which are creature handling, farming, fishing, foraging, hunting, mining, riding, or seafaring. I would say that seafaring and riding, and probably mining, I would say are no. I'm gonna go and say no on those 4 whispers specifically. The hunting one is basically for bugs and like critters. We don't hunt animals in our village that is populated by animals, you know. And then foraging, obviously, getting mushrooms and berries and fruits and herbs and stuff. And then there's fishing, you know, for fishing. And then farming, all the good stuff that, again, could be combined with both the weather magic and the garden magic for making things pretty nice. And creature handling. Also, it's the one that you can use for livestock, which is going to be very interesting now that I think about it. And I am thinking about using livestock as fantastical creatures because since the villagers are already animals and magic is a thing that exists, I feel like it would be weird to have, for example, a cow villager and having cow as a livestock, you know? That would be a little weird. And also would like to make it clear that livestock is never going to be killed. We don't eat meat directly from animals because, again, that would be weird. So just unlike an Animal Crossing situation, the forms of eating would be bugs and fish and veggies and stuff like that. So like mushrooms, almost a vegetarian, but also the livestock like provides eggs and milk and wool and stuff like that. So, you know, like picking a nature skill. Yeah, I was also thinking that, like, not have like the full on just magic skills. I would like that. I do like farming a lot. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of going towards either farming or foraging. Which, surprise, surprise, is the ones I usually go for when I am playing farming games. But definitely both. I will read the two of them. So farming. This skill encompasses all elements of farm life, from hoeing to sowing, watering, and harvesting. If it's got something to do with crops, it's most likely farming. Which, to be fair, Whisper already knows how to... Whisper doesn't really need to do the farming part with those skills because we can use garden magic for preparing the soil and weather magic to water, you know? It would just be the harvesting, obviously, but I feel like that part is the one that takes the least amount of skill. I'm not saying that just anyone can go and pick up an onion out of the ground and everything's gonna be fine, but yeah. And then the foraging one. The wilderness surrounding Iron Valley is full to the brim with berries, mushrooms, and all kinds of medicinal herbs. Scavenging around for food or building materials all falls under this skill. So yeah, just regular foraging farming game skill. And hunting would be people in the valley love hunting for bugs and other small creatures. Hunting game may be common in some versions of the valley, though most of the time, this skill will be put to use tracking and capturing little critters. So yeah, not hunting game here. It would be mostly for catching bugs. But maybe... I'm kind of really leaning towards foraging. So Whisper can be a little self-sufficient. Right? Because yeah, Whisper's gonna start camping. So that feels like a good one. Because she can use... Yeah, I was also thinking about taking a break after this. Haha. So let's go with foraging. I like the idea of foraging for this one. And it has been quite a long time, and we are done with the character creation. Foraging. And it starts with the first upgrade. Well, the base skill stuff. And after that, we're actually gonna move in and envision how that goes. Because, yeah, we're starting camping. And it's been, yeah, I'm very excited. Excellent. It has been 2 hours already. So, yeah. We're gonna go for a quick break. Go stretch, hydrate, no exchange bodily fluids and all of that good stuff. I am going to go. And when we're back, we're gonna actually move into the valley and see how it goes. Cannot wait to see Oak Bastion. Thank you for being here so far, and I'll talk to you soon. Welcome back. I hope you have gotten some hydration going, got some snacks if you need them. I know we were talking about the be right back, and I want to formally apologize for not putting it like that. That was a mistake, but I promise to do better next time. We will do better. Anyway, hi, welcome on in. We have built a character, and that is absolutely fantastic. We can do better. We 100% can. We can be better. I love it here. We have made some decisions. We have finished building, canceling all for this. Honestly, understandable. We're gonna prep a video apology video for YouTube. Just, you know, we missed a mark. Now I regret it. I changed my, you can see I went through a little wardrobe change, but I actually think I'm gonna lose the jacket because apparently when you wear a knitted turtleneck that actually has sleeves, it does make a lot of difference on the temperature of my body. So yeah, that's okay. That's a lot better. Because even though it's spring in Oak Bastion, where we're currently moving in, Whisper is moving in, it do be winter here still in Brazil. So yeah, we can be beater. Beater. Absolutely fantastic. So, before I jump into, well, actually moving in, and now that we have built everything, I am going to just go over some just base truths for the valley in general, because we rolled and decided on our world truths and our personal truths. So basically, how the world exists and how Oak Bastion is. But there's also some just basic rule book things that are just default assumptions as the world goes. Which basically is that I'm going to go with Oak Bastion because they say Iron Valley. It's the name of the game, but we are talking about Oak Bastion specifically. And Oak Bastion is a small community far from large settlements. There may be small towns close to Oak Bastion. That's gonna be okay. I'm gonna read Iron Valley. Sorry, I regretted it. I'm gonna start again. I cannot do that actively while reading. I woke up too early today. But anyway, Iron Valley is a small community far away from large settlements. There may be small towns close to Iron Valley, but the effort required to make it to the big city is often not worth the trouble. Everything you might need is already here. And or we're bringing it with us when we're moving in. We'll see. Iron Valley is surrounded by wilderness on all sides. Beautiful mountains to the north, forests to the east and west. A sandy beach and ocean to the south. No matter what direction you go, there is incredible nature waiting for you. Which is absolutely fantastic, and I love it. Also makes sense. And Iron Valley has incredibly fertile soil. Growing crops takes a fraction of the time here. Even fir trees that would take years to grow in other places bear fruit in a matter of weeks. Which, you know, super nice. We like that. And Iron Valley is a diverse place. Everyone is welcome in the valley, and the valley is better for it. We fucking love that. Iron Valley is a busy place. The valley is anything but sleepy. Its denizens are always going somewhere, doing something, telling everyone about it, and getting you involved. There are holidays, birthdays, spur-of-the-moment festivals, and that's why time seems to fly away with such ease. And also why time is, you know, the actions that we take. Iron Valley is a hopeful place. No matter what happens, there's always hope. No matter how lonely a person can be, there's always someone willing to be their friend. No matter how broken, a little time in the valley can heal any wound. Well, I like that. I do like that. Okay, so those are the default assumptions of it, and I like all of them. So, Excellent. We have created a character. We live in a garden planet full with animal folk who use magic commonly. We're moving into Oak Bastion. Our name is Whisper. The she, her iguana that presents masks. Winter 24 is her birthday, and they moved in because they got a mysterious letter that we have decided is to help build a bug sanctuary. Maybe even a butterfly sanctuary more specifically. We're gonna see. For now, we're just camping. We have a little tent and probably close to a waterfall in the mountains, I would say. Further from like downtown of this very cozy small baby village, but still a little further away, more in sync with nature than with the people that we haven't met yet, that we're going to be starting to meet, I guess, now, and see how that goes. We are planning on staying for a year, maybe more, depending on, I guess, how our plans go and how settled in we get. We are good at weather magic, garden magic, and foraging, which is going to be useful on just, you know, everything, especially the foraging for now that we're just camping. Our starting promises, let me just check. Yeah. Our starting promises for this, you know, world building were to learn the history of your ecology, so our planet. Promise tracker. Did it go? Excellent. Thank you very much. Our promises for now, we have learned the history of the ecology, which is the planet that we're currently in. That's going to take 6 boxes that we're going to be tracking. Find out who sent the letter about the I can word who sent the letter asking for Whisper's help on the bug sanctuary, and find a good place to make camp. I think we just decided on that, but I guess we're gonna see. We are just moving in, and I'm going to check the rulebook to see how it's gonna go. Anyway, we got our skills proper, everything is good, and now your new life is about to begin. With your destination and character set, all that's left is to take the final step. Envision your arrival. How is your character getting there? Are they walking the whole way or using a method of transportation? Who or what has helped your character to arrive in this little town far away from everything else? Consider these questions, envision your character arriving in our valley, and then try your best. Oh wow, that's so cool. So we are officially starting with our moves. And I am going to try and show that to you because, and this is the first move we're going to do, try your best, which I love. I'm going to try to show this to you. I believe we can see try your best right there. It's the first one. So, Whisper can easily create a nice little garden space to accommodate bugs, right? Yeah. So, moving in. We left from the big city. You know what? I kind of have a little story planned out. And I think we can write that down. I have some notes that we can start writing. And I'm going to write them as we talk about this. So, we're moving in. It's spring 1st. Moving into this very nice little place. And let's see if we can start some notes for me to get my bearings and see how things are gonna go. So, Whisper is moving into Oak Bastion. I was gonna write Oak Valley, no. Oak Bastion from the big city. I would say she went to college or no, well, not necessarily college, but she studied weather magic and stuff like that, like the garden magic. And oh no, yeah, no, it wouldn't. It will be updating, but for now it did. Okay, good. It will be updating, but it takes a little bit. If I still have the thing open, it's not gonna show, but that's okay. I'm just gonna write some like basic shit and then elaborate on that later because I'm gonna do some journaling. But moving into Oak Bastion after studying bugs and magic and sort of specializing in that, and I would say that mysterious letter that she got for helping build a nice little sanctuary for bugs and butterflies, and honestly, I don't know why I didn't specifically say that. Bees, for sure. In Oak Valley. And I said it again, Oak Bastion. And so she is young, you know, fresh out of college, something like that. Just getting used to adult life, but knowing how to take care of herself. So she decides to set out onto her own personal little adventure. And who would have sent that letter though? You know, like maybe someone from college. I feel like much after specializing in weather magic and bug life. To help Oak Bastion build the bug sanctuary. I'm gonna write it like that. And I would say someone, a friend of hers that was studying with her, she went to the big city to learn that because she lives in Oak Valley. So she wanted to go back home and do that, meeting Whisper. So she could be like, you know, the candle magic we were talking about and stuff like that. She probably would be friends and go like, this and that. And they, you know, made very good friends in school, learning about all that good stuff. And invited Whisper to come to Oak Bastion to help with the thing. Yeah, I should put Oak Valley Bastion every time I get it wrong, but that's okay, which will be a lot until I get used to it. Yeah. We're gonna build that townie when we get to it to see who this friend is, but I will say that that's how they did it, and probably took the bus, you know, to get to the Bastion from this big city with a nice magical school that is very trans inclusive and everyone's treated nicely. Was invited by a friend I met while studying who is native. Who's from Bastion. And invited Whisper come back home with them. Still don't know their pronouns. Work on the sanctuary. They went by bus. Actually, no, just Whisper. She went by bus. And decided to set camp. Arriving. To see how things go. And decide how to move forward. Thanks. And I feel like that's how she would arrive. And it makes sense that the first promise that we would work on, because we're just arriving, and one of the very first things that you know, we need to do, I would say, is to find a good place to make camp. And that is one of our promises that has only one box that we need to fill. So we can have a little look-see into where that's going to be. A night bus to arrive at 6 a.m? Definitely, yeah. Definitely a night bus. God, with just a little backpack and camping gear. Poor little Whisper. Full of hope and adventure. Just probably Matt, a cat. Totally not doing an Animal Crossing reference right now. On the bus moving into this very tiny place. A smoked fish and a gummy bear. A book that weighs more than the tent itself, probably. And just looking for a nice place to set camp. And that's going to be the first promise we're going to work towards, which is just find a good place to make camp. And that's going to we're just going to have to find out how well that goes. And the first thing we're going to do is try our best. So when you attempt something difficult or work towards fulfilling a promise, envision your action and roll. If you act with speed, agility, or using a light tool, roll plus edge. With charisma, compassion, or humor, roll plus heart. With strength, endurance, or using a heavy tool, plus iron. With mischief, stealth, or magic, roll plus shadow. With knowledge, expertise, or intuition, roll plus wits. And I would say this one would be knowledge or intuition, because we're looking for a place to camp. And for camp feels wits, exactly, right? Like, yeah, looking for a nice little place. My intention, we're gonna see how the dice goes, but my intention would be to find a nice place close to either a river or waterfall, have like, you know, source of water, and also like the default assumptions say it is the city surrounded by wilderness. Didn't even get there yet. We probably left the train. Train? Did we arrive by train? No, we came by bus. We left the station. Don't really know anyone, so we decided to set camp first before talking to people, and go by intuition, looking for where would be a good place to set camp. And I'm going to go through the rules of actually making rolls and try to explain to you, because I don't really have a visual guide for you yet, but that's okay. For now, we are trying to, you know, work towards that promise, and we need to fill one box. So we're gonna see basically how long it takes us to find a nice place to settle and get ready. I don't know if that would count as foraging. I don't feel like it would. Just seeing if I would add something else that would give me a bonus, you know, based on our skills. I feel like the garden magic might help set up the camp itself. But for this action, I would say we're just gonna be using wits. We don't have any tools necessarily that help us look for a good place. And so basically, let's look at the action rolls and how that mechanic works, because now we're gonna be doing some NASA rolls. We'll decide how it goes. So the action roll is the bread and butter of Iron Valley. This is the roll you will do most often as part of the move Try Your Best. And here's a step-by-step guide as how to do an action roll. First, we're gonna gather my dice. It is 1d6, known as the action die, and 2d10, which are the challenge dice. Roll your action dice and add your relevant stat. So in this case, we're gonna roll wits, so we're gonna add a +2 to that. And then we're gonna roll the challenge dice and compare the roll on each die to your action score. If the action score exceeds the value on both challenge dice, that's called a strong hit. And if the action score exceeds only one of the challenge dice, that's a weak hit. And if the action score fails to exceed both of the challenge dice, that's called a miss. So basically, we're gonna roll 1d6, always, and add all the stats and skills that might be useful to the thing. Each d10 is going to be the challenge. Difficulty is basically the difficulty check. You don't add the 2 dice, they're individual. So we have 1d10, 1d10. They actually have a nice little example here, but it would be a little hard to show you, but that's okay. I'm gonna roll and talk about it with my example, so we can go and make it a little easier for me to explain. So what we're gonna do here, since we're rolling wits, it's going to be... And also I just figured out that putting my stats on uppies there on the empty space above the chickens would be so cool. So we're gonna look at my skills over here. Sorry, no, we're gonna look at my stats over here. Plus 2 to wits. And we're gonna roll 1d6 plus 2, so we can figure out how what I'm trying to do is gonna go. So I am going to roll 1d6. And can I do plus 2? Let's see if that works. This is me figuring out Foundry. Roll. Excellent! And that does work. So I rolled a 6, which feels very good. Plus 2. So I rolled an 8 total. So that's how my action went. Now I'm gonna roll 2d10 and looking at them individually. So I'm gonna make the rolls separate so we can all see on the little corner of the log that you can see there, the individual values. So we're gonna roll 1d10. Roll. Okay. And then another d10. Oof. Okay. So, the challenge rating... Sorry. The challenge die are 2d10s, and they are individual. That's why I rolled them separately. So my action was an 8. And one of the challenge dice was 7, and the other was 9. Which means I have a regular hit, because I have succeeded against one challenge dice. If both dice were under 8, then that would have been a strong hit. And that would mean I would get 2 ticks. So like it says in the little corner, on a strong hit, we're successful. If this brings you closer towards fulfilling a promise, mark 2 ticks on it. And you may notice it doesn't say anything about time passing because you were so good at doing that action that time went by. You were faster than time. Wow, I love the sentence I just said. But on a weak hit, which is what I did, I've only succeeded against 1 die. I succeed but lose track of time. If this brings you closer towards fulfilling a promise, mark 1 tick on it, which we are gonna do. And then time passes. So that's what happened. If maybe both results were above 8, so like there's a 9, and if the other one was like a 12, that means it would have been a miss. And it would have been a complete failure. Envision what went wrong and how you lost track of time, then time passes. I feel like on a weak hit, it makes sense that, you know, this place is new. Whisper doesn't know anything here yet, and Whisper's from the big city, so this is, you know, cozy. This is nice. There's a lot of wilderness and something that Whisper studied a lot about, but hasn't really been in touch with a lot yet. So we're gonna say that Whisper lost track of time because, you know, she literally was just distracted looking at all these new places. She did find a good place to camp. She did succeed. But it did take her a little longer because, you know, everything is so new and everything is so nice. I would like to mark I'm going to draw me learning. No, on top of this chicken, maybe. And that is our setting up camp thing. This is very improvised because I'm still working on it, you know, the things. But for setting up camp, we only have one. What's the word? I forgot the word. Box to fill. And that takes 4 ticks. So for now, we found a place. That was our I'm sorry, my brain is really not working very properly today. But we have found a place to set up camp. Time has passed, but we did succeed in finding a good place. So we're gonna mark 1 tick on here. Because we tried our best, and we did it. Now, can I mark just a little line? No, I don't want to move it. That is so rude. I wonder how to do that. Because I am drawing things. Draw freehand. No, I don't think you can draw freehand. Okay, so we have a tick. Amazing. You know, that's our tick. That's what we're dealing with right now because it's what I can and I'm trying my best. So we got 1 tick. We did our best. And now we found a nice little place. There's water. Got a tick. We are missing 3 ticks to get a nice proper camp set up. I really hope we can get this on the first day because otherwise it's gonna be uncomfy, you know? But what's important is we tried our best and we succeeded. And it doesn't, just because it wasn't a strong hit, just because we succeeded okay, doesn't mean that it's less valid, you know? It's very nice. We succeeded. And now that we marked the tick, we're gonna go to time passes, which is right under try your best. Absolutely fantastic. Whenever you lose track of time, mark 1 tick on the current day in the calendar. So that would be the little thing that you can see under me here. I don't know how well I'm pointing. But basically we have marked 1 tick in the time passes. And it's 10 a.m. now. You know, it was very early. We did a good job in finding a nice place. I feel like Whisper didn't really have a good night's sleep at the bus. You know, night bus isn't always the best. Actually, it's a box. Every box is 4 ticks. So basically you can have promises from 1 box to 10, depending on how hard it is. You can see actually there is a make a promise thing right under there if you'd like to scroll a little lower. It was a simple and laid back promise. So it's a progress box. So every progress box takes 4 ticks to fill. So once we fill 4 ticks in a box, that box is done, and we move on to either the next box in that promise or to reap the benefits of whatever it is that we have just done. So yeah, every promise is going to take at least a little bit of effort. For example, like if it's a strong hit, for example, you mark 2. And maybe if it's a skill that I use a lot that I know I have, like skill 2, I am going to add another tick when I have a hit. So one of the skills that, like all of the skills, depending on how you use them, they're gonna give you a +1 to your rolls. So for now, I just used my wits, so I didn't have any skills for like looking for a place to camp. So I just added a +2 to my action die, which is a 1d6. And if I have a skill, I add plus my stat plus whatever skill. And if I am good, I have like a leveled up skill at level 2. It's +1 tick on a hit. So yeah, in this case, it was just very simple. Nothing really added, just looking for a camp. Got a little distracted, time passed. But you know, still did efficiently a little bit. But yeah. We go back to time passes. Let's see how it goes. Whenever you lose track of time, mark 1 tick on the current day in the calendar. We did it. It's now 10 a.m. Like I said, every tick on the current day would be like 4 hours. Because then we start the day at 6 a.m. One action goes, one tick of the day brings us to 10 a.m., then 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. 8 p.m. Anyway, I know how to do math. I'm so good with numbers. But yeah, we do it like that. So we did that. If the stick does not fill the box, which is our case, envision how time got away from your character. If you spend quality time with the town, you gain 1 favor with them. Well, we didn't. I spent quality time with myself. I feel like Whisper is having a very good time with herself and learning about this place, and that's why she got distracted too, because everything is new and she's now actually properly seeing bugs and things and just trying her best to set up camp before getting lost in the magic of studying this that she has been dreaming about her whole life. Ain't that great? She's a dreamy one. And then we're gonna continue playing. If this tick fills the box, it is not. It does not. But that's okay. We didn't fill the time box. That's okay. We got a tick on the thing. And now what I believe we're gonna do is we're gonna try our best again. Yeah, because we need to set up camp, right? It's a ooh, okay. I'm just looking at the actions, and yeah, definitely sounds like we're gonna try our best again, because we really just want to work towards this promise and set up camp. And now that we found a nice place, we know where to go. We need to start preparing the area that we're gonna camp. So like properly actually find a nice place. And in Whisper's situation, probably use garden magic to make the area nice and find a place for her to set up the tent and prepare a campfire, get comfy to be able to be properly settled in, and actually go about her camp life and day and move on from those things. So since we're working towards fulfilling a promise again, we're going to try our best again. And because we're using magic, because I'm going to say we are, since let's go to our skills. So I can show you all the skills. With garden magic, we add a +1 when using a skill. It has not yet been leveled up to second level. So if I hit, it's going to be just a hit of the action itself. I'm not going to get an extra tick on that hit, but I do add a +1 when using the skill. So since we're using garden magic, it does use shadow, and my shadow stat is +3. So that's very great. Whisper is just much better at using magic than, you know, the physical, non-magical way of dealing with things. So that's nice. We're going to then see. We're using, we're rolling again 1d6 plus shadow, because it's magic, so 1d6 plus 3. Now, I don't know if I need to put a space or not. +1 from our skill, because we're using an appropriate magic for it, which is garden magic. Now, let's see then. 1d6 plus 3 from shadow, +1. Oh, that's not great. So, okay. The important thing is that the formula did work. I know how to use Foundry, apparently. Yeah, I'm doing great. I rolled a 1 on the d6, plus 3 from shadow, plus 1 from the skill. It's a 5. So we're doing great. We're doing great. And that is our action roll. Now, once more, we're going to add 2 d10s. So I'm going to roll them individually so we know the individual results and not the added thing. A 4, so at least a hit. Oof, and an 8. Okay, so we once more did it on a weak hit. Again, Whisper is so distracted. There was a loud bike that I really hope it's not picking up, but that's okay. If it is, I apologize. But anyway, we do mark another tick. We did do the thing. It's not a strong hit, so it's just 1 tick, but we have 2 ticks left, exactly. Time does pass, so basically, Whisper's just taking her time, taking in nature. Probably, you know, going around and learning everything around here. Like, okay, we found a nice place for camping. At a new place, exactly. God, and like, with the things that she likes doing, which is also very important. She did get another tick, though. So, wow, that tick was so much less squiggly. Ain't that great? Anyway, we got another tick, which is fantastic. Time does pass, though, because, you know, just getting distracted. It's nice. Found a good place to camp. Probably, you know, testing the water to see if it's nice. Took her a little time to, you know, use her garden powers to set up the place. She did manage to set up tent, though. She has a nice little camp. She has the tent set up. Her stuff is still, you know, not the best. She doesn't have her bearings too much. She found a nice spot. She has a place to stay. She has a place to sleep, even if the camp site isn't, you know, all properly set up. She still doesn't have a way to, like, cook and eat her food, which is what I think she's gonna try, you know, finishing setting up the camp itself. Time did pass, though, so now it is 2 p.m. She spent a good amount of time getting to know at least the place around her campsite. She probably didn't get in touch with any locals yet. I would say there are bugs around, which is the main reason why she's getting so distracted and taking hours to do this, is because she just really wants to go ahead and do this, which makes a lot of sense. So now we're gonna try a little more. We have a little nice little corner. She's comfortable as much as possible. She has like a tent and a sleeping bag, a place that she can stay in. And what else do you need at a camp? She needs to set up a fire, you know, probably go oh yeah. So one thing that she can do to finish setting up this, and let me see if it makes sense. Root around. Yeah, I think that makes sense. If Ash, if you could go a little down on the moves, which I am going to prepare a little better for next time. But there's a move called Root Around, and she might look for she wants to forage a little bit, you know, get to know the fauna, more the flora, I guess I would say, around, see if she can get some berries, get some wood to make a fire going so she could, you know, properly set up camp and have a nice little meal before finishing her day. And hopefully starting tomorrow with being able to focus on some of her other promises and meeting some people and all of that. So I feel like the route around would be nice. When you respectfully gather resources from the wilderness, envision your approach. If you're looking for a specific resource, do an action roll, as per try your best, but resolve it using the text box below. Or, if you are leisurely If you leisurely wander the wilderness looking for anything of value, roll on the table below once. Gain a resource listed, envision how you came upon it, and then time passes. I would say we are gathering resources specifically, looking for definitely wood to make fire. Root around, find out, you know it. So we're gonna do the roll much like try your best. And if I'm not mistaken, we have foraging as a skill. So we can try using foraging to look for that resource. So as per try your best, which is puppies there. Let's see. With speed, agility, or light tool, I think this would be a wits again. So knowledge, expertise, or intuition does feel like a good thing, especially with intuition, because that is, you know, kind of going towards like how she learned how to do it but hasn't really done so. It do be, I guess, all of them, to be fair, because she has a skill on it. So she has knowledge, expertise, and using intuition. So it does make sense that it would be wits. So we have a 2 on wits, and we have foraging at level 1. So we're gonna add a +1 as well, which means that we are going to roll again 1d6 +2 from our wits +1 from our foraging skill. Let's go. Love that. We're gonna roll. Excuse me, let's go. Okay, so rolled a 6. Got +2 from wits, +1 from foraging. We rolled a 9 total. It's looking good. Now we're gonna roll our 2 separate challenge dice, our 2d10s, and see how that goes. First d10 is a 1. Let's go. Second d10 is a 7. Okay. Definitely a strong hit. Let's go. That is absolutely fantastic. And okay, this is the best that could have possibly happened if we go back down to root around, because even though it works as an action roll like try your best, resolving it goes from on a strong hit, which is what we rolled. We succeeded both challenge dice. You find what you're looking for right away. Gain 2 of that resource. If this brings you closer towards fulfilling a promise, mark 2 ticks on it. Absolutely. Let's go. So first of all, we mark 2 ticks on that. So we have fulfilled a promise. That is fantastic. We did it. And the resource that we were looking for, I would say, would be wood, because we're trying to make a campfire. We already have a smoked fish and a gummy bear, but you know, yeah. Inspiration get. Let's go. Well, yes, we get satisfaction because we have fulfilled a promise. That is absolutely fantastic. And because it's a strong hit, you will notice that the time passes doesn't actually pass. So we still have half a day to do our stuff. You know, everything was pretty much ready. It wasn't hard. We found some is twig the word I'm looking for? You know, some little sticks to make a campfire. We found some very delicious berries, which we already spent, so I'm not gonna mark them down anywhere because this was yeah, satisfaction is what you meant. Yeah, I kind of got that. Twig was a good word, so yeah, we found some twigs. We made a nice little campfire. It has been lovely. And it's still 2 p.m. That is absolutely wonderful. We have the whole afternoon ahead of us. We finished our promise. So let me go to the promise tracker. Bring everyone here. Let's go. I need to open this a little more so I can see things as well. Usually helps. So, or find a good place to make camp. I'm gonna mark it as fulfilled. And like that. And then on the notes, say camp setup, comfy, cozy, campfire, and dinner. What's the word? I'm gathered. I forgot the word. I have a word specific in mind. That's okay. They have been acquired. That's not what I wanted, but sure, that's what we're gonna write for now. Yay! We fulfilled. Find a good place to make camp. And that brings us to one satisfaction box already. I love that. Let's go to our skills, because every box that we tick... Oh, wait, hold up a minute. Hold up a minute. Because we fulfilled a promise. So, if we go back to the moves, let's see the moves. Excellent. I love that. And again, we're doing a lot of rolls now because it is a new thing. And we're setting up. It's all very nice and very fresh and very, very new for our wonderful little iguana. But not every action is going to be a roll, for example. It's only when we're trying our best, like the move says. So like if I'm just waking up and eating breakfast, that's not always going to be a roll because it's not challenging. Unless, you know, getting up and eating breakfast is a challenge for us on that day for tummy ache reasons or for depression reasons. Anyway, but for now, it has been a lot of rolls because, you know, we're setting up in a new place. It's all exciting. Yeah, unless we have no food and then we have to go foraging and all of that good stuff. So, we have completed a promise. Mm-hmm. Let's go. So, reap the benefits is what we're looking for now. When you are ready to fulfill a promise, complete a project, or harvest the fruits of your labor, envision the conclusion of this commitment, then pick one. That's actually definitely how it works. And time will pass, which makes sense. But if fulfilling this promise fills you with satisfaction, gain satisfaction equal to the number of filled boxes in the progress track. So 1. Additionally, if fulfilling this promise has improved your bond with the townie, which in this case, no, it hasn't, you may also gain favor with them equal to the numbers of filled boxes in your progress track. So no. Envision your character savoring this moment, then time passes. Okay. If fulfilling this promise rewards you with resources, gain 3 resources for each filled box in the progress track. If harvesting from a crop or livestock in that season, or livestock that is in season, gain +1 resource per filled box. So this one, don't think so, because we're not really gathering anything or harvesting. And again, the foraging was not part of the promise itself. It was just an action that we took. So for that one, definitely not. If fulfilling this promise rewards you with crafted items, gain X resources. X is the total value of the ingredients. Ooh, multiplied by the number of filled boxes in the progress track. Oh, I like that. But also not the point we have now. I don't think a tent is something that we crafted. If fulfilling this promise benefits your job. I don't think yet, but that's good to know because our job is kind of related to, you know, the wilderness and stuff like that. But okay, if it would benefit your job, gain 1 favor with a coworker or 2 resources items per filled box in the progress track in any combination you choose. That makes sense. I think this one is just going to be a satisfaction one because we're not really working towards anything else besides just set up camp and be comfy for now. So I would say just satisfaction. And it was 1 box, so we are going to fill the box. 1 satisfaction, and then envision your character savoring this moment, and then time passes. That makes a lot of sense. And we are going to add that to our skills. Show players. Our skills. Our current satisfaction is 1. Ta-da! Ta-da! And so if we get another satisfaction, which means if we make another promise that only costs 1 skill. Sorry, not skill. Only costs 1 box to fulfill. So if it's something like easy and laid back, which I'm thinking maybe, you know what? Never mind. I'll do you one better. Let's look at our promise tracker. Because we have a promise for find out who sent this letter. And we have an idea for that already. We think it's, you know, a friend that studied with us and knows that we do this type of magic, that wanted us to, you know, work towards this bug sanctuary or whatever it is that the rolls tell us happens. We'll do that. So now that we're set up, we've had this good time. We spend a nice afternoon. We had a late lunch. So we set up camp, arrived very early. 6 in the morning, we were here, just taking in nature and breathing life into this place and just, you know, getting settled. We spent some time around campfire thinking about life and stuff, and then time passes. It's now 6 p.m. We have some time. We have no time to go to town and maybe, you know, meet this friend that we studied with that asked us, invited us to come here. And I think that is a good action to go for. We're going to start working towards finding out who sent this letter. And would that maybe lead to learning the history of this place? Maybe not. Maybe it will. Let's find out when we get there. But I think now would be a good time to go and talk to, you know, this friend to see if we can find them. And that would mean, first of all, rolling an action roll to see how that's going to go. So if we look at our moves again, would that work? Would that count as a try your best? I'm going to have a look at the other ones because there's a promise already made. Benefits. I think for this one, it would be try our best because we want to find them. We're new here. We don't know where they are. After that, I feel like nurture a bond would be nice. Actually, that's not true because nurture a bond is you need to have a bond already. So for now, I think we're going to try our best and try to find this person and talk to them a little more. Learn about why they sent us this letter, like what kind of help do they need, why now? If they already knew each other in the big city and then they came back and now, you know, they are looking for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the ticks that we have here because now we need 3 ticks. We need 3 boxes actually. Sorry, can I copy? Select multiple, delete, rotate? No. I will make new boxes then. We're gonna make 2 more. And they're not gonna be the same size because because they're not gonna be the same size. But that's okay. So, towards finding out who sent this. And we may adjust this as needed. If we see that like, oh, it's actually gonna take a little longer to see. I'm gonna roll, find out how well we do this first. Attempt. And then from there, we can figure out how it goes. Because what if maybe it was a relative of this person? Maybe it's not as easy as we thought. Maybe the person asked for help and then went on an adventure, and we can't really talk to them. We need to go to relatives. Let's let the dice decide a little bit how it goes. But we're trying our best to look for this friend who sent us the letter. And we're going to see if I fail. This is me. Maybe they recommended you to someone else and then left town. Exactly. So I'm gonna let the dice decide for me right now. If we fail, we lose track of time and we don't find the person we're looking for. If that happens, we're gonna still, meet a townie, because I feel like we need to create at least someone to talk to. And then, but we don't really find the person that we're trying. We don't learn anything that's gonna help us understand why that letter was sent. So it's not gonna mark a tick in the promises. On a weak hit, we are gonna mark a tick on a promise, but we need not the townie that sent us the letter, maybe a relative, maybe a coworker, something like that when we come to that. But we're gonna meet someone related to them. And on a strong hit, we actually meet the friend that I was talking about. So I'm gonna let the dice decide who we're gonna be meeting. We're gonna be meeting someone regardless, but on a miss, we probably ran into someone else that really doesn't know anything about any of that. On a weak hit, someone related that's maybe gonna point us in the right direction, but not exactly who we're looking for. Strong hit, exactly who we're looking for. And then towards that, we're gonna try to understand why and how that letter is important to us and how that's gonna end up, how it's gonna shape up to be. That feels like a charisma check, doesn't it? Because I'm not really using speed agility. I'm looking for a person. Basically, I feel like when you're in a new place and you don't have a lot of information about where you are and how things work, the way you go around looking for someone is by talking to people. So I feel like charisma, like heart, right? I think heart works, because I was trying to convince myself about wits, because obviously that would be better for me. But I don't think that would kind of work, because I don't have knowledge or expertise or intuition in finding a person in a city you don't. So I think hard would be a good one. Unfortunately, if we go to our stats, we only have... That's a lie. I have 2 in hard. Yeah, I have 2 in hard. That's okay. Absolutely fine. Oh, that's super cool. We don't have any skills that would help us with that, though. But we roll 1d6 and we add 2. And that's going to be our action die. Okay. Could be worse. I rolled a 3 plus 2 hard, rolled a 5. Let's see how the challenge is going to go. 1d10. Oof. Okay. Already failed 1. Another d10. Okay. So you see, it's a weak hit. We lose track of time, so that's going to be our last action for the day. But we did meet someone that is related to this mysterious person that we went to school with, So what I'm going to do now is we're going to create a townie. And I'm going to do that on these notes. Met a townie. And I'm going to put the stats over here. So we are... That's amazing. We're going to see how this townie is. I have that in the rulebook. And let's see who we met. I'm very excited. let us see. What are the things that I need to roll when creating a townie that isn't the main character? I am very excited. Okay. Let's make a townie. Our valley's full of characters. Your neighbor might be a shy elephant who's trying to finish writing their first novel, or a goblin who runs a bed and breakfast. Depending on your luck, you might even have a mayor who happens to be a baby. Oh my god. Anything is possible in the valley. So let's walk you through the steps of generating your own town full of characters. Okay, so we're meeting our first townie. Okay. Let's see. Don't feel like you need to make everyone in town before you begin. You can generate characters as they introduce in your game. Just like you wouldn't walk into a new town and get the autobiographies of everyone you meet, you should allow the characters of your valley to arrive at their own leisure. I already started winning. Okay, look at that. In order to better track this process and keep all the information you know about the townies handy, consider using the Iron Valley Townie Journal. Oh yeah, there is a Townie Journal. I will be organizing this later, so for now I'm just going to add it in the player notes. And then I'm going to put all of that in a more beautiful place where I can expose things a little better on stream for all of you. Because I basically created a new... I'm using Foundry's custom world building system, which is basically pretty empty and gives you a lot of freedom. But also, I don't have any sort of... template to go in, so I'm just adding all of the modules and things as I go. This is very rewarding and I'm really enjoying doing this, but it does mean that I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting and learning how Foundry modules and just everything in general works. And I am absolutely having a good time, but it does mean that it's going to take me a few attempts to get it to look pretty. So bear with me as I do a lot of talking and looking at things without you necessarily seeing things very efficiently, but it'll be cool. Oh yeah, I am doing notes. I am going to start the notes now, so we're still looking at that, but that's okay. Because we're gonna roll a townie basically, so yeah. For the lurk. 3 cheers for all of you. But yes, I have the player notes here currently. So just Mad Townie. I'm gonna add the details under there, and then later we're gonna have a journal that's just for townies. It's gonna be pretty. I do have a townie tracker for how their relationship is with us, but that's a separate thing. I will show you after I'm done with this townie creation. But yeah, follow your heart. Through this process, you will be asked to roll on oracle tables as a way to generate a character randomly. Just know that you don't have to accept all of the outcomes. If you have a feeling for how a character should be, follow your heart, which is very nice. I feel like we have a good idea for who they are, but only on a relationship level of like, maybe they work or they're related to the person we know. But apart from that, we don't have a lot. And I really like letting the oracles decide for me, unless it's something like completely out of place. Should stick with the rolls. We'll see. Who's the townie? First step to making a denizen of the valley is to decide on their ancestry or species. Depending on your version of Iron Valley, you may have access to one of 2 special oracles. So yeah, if you're playing a valley populated entirely by humans, this section is easy enough for you. No. If you're playing in a valley populated by fantastical ancestry, go on a fantastical... If you're playing in a valley populated by adorable animals, we're gonna go to the animal species oracle. So, we're making a town. Townie. What is their species? Their species is from the animal species oracle. And we're gonna roll for that. And get a jackal. That is fantastic. They are a jackal. Is that how you pronounce that? I hope so. Jackal. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. what's in a name? Next step might be either the easiest or the hardest. Names can be pretty hard to come up with on the spot, so if none come to mind right away, consider using the names oracle. Absolutely. Would they be? Because we have a choice for cool, cute, or funny. And I think a jackal should be cool. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna roll on the pool table. Hollow. Their name is Hollow. Oh my god, that is fantastic. Name. Hollow. That is so good. Oh my god. Okay, and now we're gonna see what Hollow's job is. And this is pretty much what's gonna decide if Hollow is a coworker or a relative of the person that we want to talk to. So it's not much, but it's honest work. Everyone in the valley has a job, and this townie is no exception. Now, whether they actually get work done is another story. In order to find out their job, roll once on the job oracle. So let's find out what the job is. I'm gonna roll on the job table. And Hollow's job is home/interior designer. I absolutely love Hollow. Excuse me. That is so good. Please. And I will keep it as home/interior designer. For now, I will make it a little more specific once I edit this into a pretty little thing, because when I'm not streaming, I am going to edit this in a way that makes sense, because I have some very kind notes here. I have some non-notes, but that's okay. So, Hollow. Oh my god, this is an interior designer. I love that. Next is gonna be age, pronouns, presentation, and pronouns. It's fine, I can type. And we're gonna roll all of that. Let's see. So let's roll for age, pronouns, and presentation. I need this one, age, pronouns, and presentation. So, a child. I love that. This is a lot. Hollow is my favorite person in the world. Okay, so Hollow may be a younger sibling to the person we're looking for. They want to be a designer. You know what? They are. They know what they're doing. They're very good at it. And I'm imagining Flick again because of the any pronouns and other gender presentation. It's absolutely fantastic. I love that. A child, no. Hollow decorates hollow spaces to make them less hollow. Absolutely wonderful. So, Hollow is a child. Goes by any pronouns. And their gender presentation is other. I'm going to add here real quick. Shaping up to be the younger sibling of this person that we studied with. Very opinionated on people's interior decoration. Young but knows what they're talking about. And also fuck gender. So yeah, they're just like, yep, this is me. This is who I am. I care about homes and I present however the fuck I want to. I love it. Anyway, and now we're gonna roll a couple of times on the Townie Trait Oracle, which basically gives like personality traits to make someone more, interesting, to give them a little bit of personality. So we are going to roll. So they say straightforward townies is 1 time, complicated townies roll 2 times, and main characters of their own stories roll 3 times. I'd say, depending on the first one, maybe just a 1 roll. But this feels like a character we're going to be talking a lot because I'm already absolutely in love with Hollow, and they are the sibling of someone we are kind of close with already. We already know them. So having, not necessarily complicated, but yeah. Okay. So I'm going to add here traits. And we are going to roll from the Townie Trait Oracle. Once, let's see what that one says. Peppy. Aw. That is so cute. Okay. Definitely rolling another one, but I love Peppy. So, Peppy. That is so cute. I just keep thinking about this little baby just going around, jumping around, and going like very excitedly giving tips of interior decoration to friends. Ah, I love them already. Might come up a lot with me in a village full of animals. I don't. I cannot think of why you would think that. Oh my god. Okay, so they are happy. And we're gonna roll 1 more time for another trait. And creative. Stop. The dice are so nice. Peppy and creative. Please. Okay. I love Hollow so much. What? I love that. Oh my god. Oh, this damn baby. I love this child already. I love that Hollow's the first person we met. God, and like the way that they're peppy and creative, they probably looked at me like, oh, you're new, hello. Hi, how are you? Going like having that nice conversation. And me like going, oh, I actually wanted to... I'm looking for X person who we don't know what do yet and how do. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're my older sibling and they do this, and that, blah, 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 but like completely losing track of the conversation. And that's why it made time pass for us, because Hollow is just going at whatever's going on. We are going to roll, and this is not necessarily something that a Whisper is gonna know already, but we're gonna roll for a Hollow's birthday. As you know, we are gonna mark that, and by we I mean me, gonna mark that in the calendar and make sure that, you know, townies have their birthdays things going on. The royal we, exactly. I will be using that royal we a lot. So let's roll on a random date and find out when is Hollow's birthday. Spring 10. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't think Hollow mentioned their birthday yet, so Whisper doesn't really know exactly when their birthday is, but did say that like in the middle of the conversation, going getting very distracted and distracting Whisper along the way. Definitely mentioned, you know, that their birthday is coming up. Didn't say like in over a week, almost 2 weeks from now, but that's okay. That is their birthday right there. Absolutely fantastic. And then every townie has 2 gift types they prefer above everything else. 1 favorite resource and 1 favorite item. Were once on the appropriate oracles, and it's possible though, no, through the wonders of dice, have a townie with 2 favorite resources. That is fully intended. And I could not roll this and find out. There's like an optional rule for like hidden favorites where you do the farming game style of like through trial and error or through organic conversation. Like you're having a conversation with someone, spending quality time together with them, and then they tell you things about them. For the first ones, or for first Hollow specifically, because I do want to roll a lot of dice now, and I'm invested in Hollow, I will roll their favorite items. So favorite gifts. And we're gonna roll one resource and one item to see what Hollow likes. So we're gonna go to favorite stuff. We're gonna roll a resource. Vegetables. Hollow likes to eat their veggies. An item. Jewelry. Oh my god, fancy. Absolutely. Let's go. Favorite gifts. Don't press that button. Vegetables and jewelry. Okay, so whenever I give Hollow a gift, which you know, his birthday is coming up, you could give them a little gift, just saying. Especially if we actually work towards finding out who your sibling is and getting a little closer to the family. You know, I feel like Spring 10 is shaping up to be a little birthday time. Okay. And we're gonna roll. Excellent. Let's go. So the last things we're gonna roll, and then that's probably gonna be where we end the day, both in game and on stream. We're going to see how the day ends and then start fresh from next morning. We're going to roll charm points. So basically, not that Hollow needs, because you know, Hollow already is shaping up to be a very strong personality type person, animal, jackal. But we're gonna roll a charm points table to see, you know, something that makes them stand out. Because they're a child, if it brings something uncomfortable, I am not gonna stick to the roll, because it can be like sexy or something, and no, they're a child, so we don't need to keep with that, because the wonders of rolling random stuff is that sometimes it can be not, and that's it. That's okay. So we're gonna roll charm points, hobby, and their favorite hangout spot. And that is going to be how we build Jackal. Sorry, Hollow the Jackal. So let's roll, right? For Jackal, I love that. Let's roll the charm. If I find the thing. Yay, there we go. Charm points. Traditional clothing, okay. Hollow is shaping up to be a very nice character. And this is probably just a compliment to the game, because I can see myself saying that to every single character we build. But hey. Okay, so Hollow wears traditional clothing. Oh god, I love that. Excellent. And their hobby is archaeology and fossil hunting. Please. An interior design that loves traditional clothing. Paired with jewelry. I know, right? My god. I mean, I know there are like pronouns and gender presentation and all that are, you know, either yes and or just straight up no. But they are the most queer character I have ever built. And I love that so much. Their name is Hollow. Please. Oh my god. Anyway. Their hobby, and I'm writing that in the wrong spot, please, is archaeology / fossil hunting. So we might talk to this child about, you know, the museum me, Sunny, am thinking of building. But yeah, God, what an interesting character. And it's not like, oh my God, this is so all over the place that it doesn't make sense. This is fantastic. I love it. As a late child just about to be a teen vibe. Yeah, exactly. I know I keep saying Flick, but Flick from Animal Crossing. But instead of being obsessed with bugs, Hollow is obsessed with traditional, like with history and how to turn that into like interior design situation and like how to show that through fashion and design. I am so excited. Anyway, the last thing we need to roll for Hollow is their hangout spot. Oh my God. I love this so much. Fashion can apply to interior design. There you go. See? So good. I love it. Excellent. So for their hangout spot, do I have a hangout spot thing? Cannot find it. Locations, I believe. I'm gonna click on the thing. Yeah, it's locations. I am a genius. So their favorite hangout spot is a tree grove. This game is perfect. Please. Oh, I closed the whole thing. So good. Upon trying to look for the person who sent us the letter. Yeah, it could be nearby the camping spot, so I couldn't get too far because Hollow was you know, hanging out. It is getting late, so I think Hollow was going out to get inspiration and just wind down from a day in the valley by going to their favorite spot, the tree grove. And while Whisper was going out to, you know, look for people, talk to someone, Hollow noticed that they were, you know, camping there. They met on the way, started talking. Hollow was very excited to, you know, meet someone new. Maybe watch them play around with magic. Watched Whisper do some of her little garden magic. Got interested and they started talking about it. And Whisper was like explaining how they got there. And they both just got very excited about having this conversation. Hollow just like, yes, I know this X person that we're probably gonna build next chapter. And all of this happened because we got a weak hit, which means we did get closer to fulfilling the promise, and we are gonna mark 1 tick on the first box. But we lost track of time, which makes time pass. And we spent just a very lovely time getting to know Hollow very well. And honestly, I would say that I spent some quality time with Hollow because I got closer to Hollow already just by building him. And we are gonna get 1 favor with them. So we're gonna gain 1. Gonna gain 1 favor. And I'm going to adjust that later. But for now, also, I don't think that the... Okay, it did refresh now. Excellent. Awesome. And that would be it for Hollow's I spell favor the American way because that's how it was written on the thing. Anyway, I just got a low snarky comment from my producer. Anyway, got favor. I'm going to show you now this going back to the moves so you can see how things are going again. That was an action roll. We tried our best. We did fulfill 1 tick of the promise. Got to spend some quality time with Hollow. And if we look at the time passes thing, we're going to mark another tick on the current day of the calendar. And that brings us to 10 p.m. We have fulfilled the whole day. So if the tick fills the box, do the following steps in order. And excellent, I'm learning, but that's okay. We did spend quality time with Hollow because that took time. It took the rest of our day, so we did it. Envision how your character spends the rest of the day and goes to bed. If you wish to, record the day's events in a journal. I will do that, but off stream because, you know, I can make it pretty. And I've been wanting to pick up journaling, but also I do want to play Baldur's Gate. So there's that. And if you have enough satisfaction, you may spend it to purchase or upgrade new skills. We only have 1 satisfaction point, so not today. That's okay. Advance to the next day in the calendar. If it's a holiday, consider taking part. It is not a holiday, but that's okay. Regardless, take a moment to plan out what you're going to do that day, and don't forget to check the weather. I can check the weather, you're right. We're going to do that tomorrow, though. And then get out of bed and seize the day. We are not going to seize the day just yet, but it is a new day. We are going to Friends Day, which is the 2nd day of spring. And this feels like a very good time to stop. We have ended the day. We spent a very lovely evening with Hollow that, you know, led us in the direction of how to find this friend that we're going to be building next day / next stream. And I'm so excited. God, this is so lovely. It was a whole stream to play out, to build the character and the world and spend 1 day. And I am already in love with this game. I am so excited. We built 2 characters, one for me and one for Hollow. And I think they were both so good. And they just, this like, it's not a lot of rolls. It's like, it's a good amount, but it gives so much personality. Like, they both worked very well for a storytelling point of view. And I cannot wait to do more. So next stream, which is going to be, I believe, next Monday, hopefully, we are going to start the 2nd day, continue working towards promises, and getting to know the villagers better. Hopefully, you know, work towards finding more out about this letter and bugs and stuff like that. Thank you all so much for joining. This was lovely. I had a very good time. Also, it's in the morning for me, so it did take me a little time to wake up. I'm still drinking my coffee because I take forever for that. But it didn't take me as long to understand the mechanics of the game as I thought it would, which I really appreciate. It's pretty great. And I think for next week, I'm going to have some really nice things to set out in the overlay, because now I have a better idea of what I'm going to need to be constantly checking. And I'm just very excited that you all joined me for this. Thank you. I really appreciate for everyone that lurked, for people that stopped by, for anyone. Again, if you would like to join the Discord, we have that. We talk about, we posted a sneak peek of overlay stuff, and just, you know, to keep up with what's going on, updates, testing calls whenever those start happening. It is taking a little longer than I expected it to happen, but that is okay. I'm getting there. Again, absolute biggest shout out and thanks to Ash for helping me with all of this and dealing with the tech side of things while I...
Hey, that's me.
It's you. It is. And just, I could not do this without them. Literally, it's the 2 of us just getting started on all of that. And that's it for today. I really appreciate you all. I hope you have a wonderful week. We're gonna raid Laura. Oh, excellent. What's Laura playing? Stray Gods. I'm gonna make this my whole personality. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to see. And thank you all very much for joining for realsies. We're gonna raid Laura. Laura's someone I play D&D with. Also DMs her own D&D stuff. She's absolutely fantastic. Drop her a follow if you can. And thank you very much for joining us today. It's been lovely. Was the first TTRPG game and stream of the channel, and I cannot wait to do more and to bring more people to tell good stories with me because I am loving it already. So yes, have a good week. Thank you for joining. Go hydrate and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you all Saturday. Oh. Okay, so apparently we cannot raid Laura. It's okay. Are we gonna raid someone else, or are we going to end? It is fair. Regardless, we are going to the ending screen and decide on that. But stick around for the ending, and you know, thank you all very much. We might raid someone really nice, and go follow Laura anyway, because she's great. I appreciate you all entirely, Wendy. See you on Saturday for more Baldur's Gate. Definitely very different than this. All of the trigger warnings, but very nice if you'd like to join us. Or next Monday for more Iron Valley. Thank you very much, and have a good week. Bye.